In theory, the YouTube's going to show up under a different.
Yeah, that's the only reason I hate it when this
link.
stuff happens. Should be okay though. We're back.
We living?
Yep.
We living. All right. So one of the things, of course, that did happen in the other semifinal. So Slick's Hype did just take out Soda to win that lobby. And then we're just, I think, slowly but surely trying to find our way back into the lobby we were at. For anybody looking for X or YouTube, if you happen to have found your way over to the Twitch and you're looking for the other platforms, there would be new videos posted. So the old chat and old links might not be the same. So just as a heads up there. But we're back. We're cooking.
Sure are.
Just quickly getting things situated. There we go.
For now, let's have a quick look at the schedule. You can see here that there are plenty more tournaments to play for anyone who is interested in jumping in on the IPL tournament series. You can see that in September, we've got quite a few with not today's one. So we got the last one in August is today. Then next week is another IPL 250. Then the IPL 500 with an epic prize pool, IPL 250 after that. And then one more IPL 500. Then in October, we kick off with the IPL 1000 into two more 250s and a 500. And then there's two IPL 1000s in November. These are the ones you really want to qualify for with $20,000 prize pools. And then in December, we have the World Championship, which you really, really want to compete in, believe me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's definitely one of the beautiful things about the Illuvium Pro League, the fact they have all of these opportunities to, of course, rake up as many points as possible, whether you're looking to make that World Championship or you just want a fun weekend. From now until the end of December, you at least have one opportunity to compete a week, pretty much. I don't think there's really like any break at all in here. So one of these weeks, you have the availability to compete and just want to do one, you could. Want to do multiple? There's plenty available. So it's a really awesome experience to be able to get that tournament experience here in Illuvium, level yourself up, and then, hey, maybe you'll find yourself a nice little payday from the prize.
Also, you can check out the regions of the game. These are all the options that happen at the start of every single match. You have an option for one of these regions to appear. Currently, Abyssal Basin is banned. It has a lot of effects that players just aren't really gelling with. Quite frankly, they introduce a lot of randomness to the game, which isn't really good for a competitive event. A whole lot of fun when you're just playing casually or on the ranked leaderboard, but in this event, it is not something that the players were after. But these other regions are really fun. Personally, I love a lot of them. I really love Crimson Wastes. Personally, I enjoy Brightland Steppes, but I like things like Sanctum Mesa where you start at level 3 and just things get really fun really, really fast.
And then personally, I love Crystal Shores, where you can all of a sudden like get a middle evolution or a stage 2 alluvial right off the draft. Maybe it's a nice, quick, and easy way to find a powerful unit for a strategy that you weren't originally going for, but maybe can pivot to. So that's personally what I enjoy, but it is a little chaotic at times, that's for sure.
That's an understatement.
Let's see here. Of course, with these events or with our semifinals, it is best of 2. So we didn't necessarily catch the end of the first rounds there, but of course, it is not the end all be all. And for some of those players that maybe have dropped a little bit early in the first round, they have another opportunity to fight back. Granted, it's not guaranteed. I know during the IPL 500 we saw last weekend, we did see players get, say, 7th or 8th in one round, win the next one, and then still it wasn't a guarantee that they made it on through. So a lot of things have to go their way as we have ourselves the lobby. And okay, so the lobby that we were following definitely got shaken up a little bit with Hollow was in that top 4 for a while, but ends up just winning the whole thing. Beautifully done in that regard. Lynx PQP also find their way up there. Nariba was able to take that win streak early, get themselves into the podium, and then Web3 Gaming also up there to round out your top 4. But always to show, rounding up in 5th, Kuligas in 6th, Saren 7th, and Gazeria from OLA in, or Gazera. I keep saying Gazeria for some reason. Gazera in 8th. And of course, on the other side, Alnerds finding themselves into the top 4. Good to see alongside Fury. Very hype, Soda hype, Slicks hype to round up that one with Slicks taking the win. Fox Spirit and Arkesh, 2 players that we saw in the grand finals, I believe, last week. Going to have to fight out hard for this next one to get themselves back into here alongside Stygian. And then one other that I can't quite peek at the moment, but unfortunately we're rounding out our top 8.
That one other down the bottom left is Fishy.
Fishy, thank you.
Had a pretty bad game in that round 1. Unfortunately, it's heating up. Slick's coming first, but really, you want to come first in that second game to win that tiebreaker necessarily. But we've got Hollow in the top right, Ola Nareba as well. 2 very different lobbies where people know Fury, Slicks, Soda, and Fox as some of the killers in this ecosystem. And we've got some fantastic players on the right as well, but it feels like a little bit of a different lobby from maybe it's like the old school and the new school top players or something like that. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up to date with who the best players in to quite the same extent. But yeah, I've been playing against Guizetta. Guizetta must have similar time zones to me or something. I play against him quite a bit and I struggle to beat him if I ever have, maybe. I don't even know I've managed to beat him before.
It's definitely a tough task because we do have what is our second game here of our best of 2 in this semi-final. So once again, the lobbies, in terms of the players themselves, of course, they do not change between games. It's just going to be the same lobby playing up against each other one more time here. So that's going to be Lynx, PQP, of course, Hollow Hype, Ole Gazeria, Ole LA Ariba, Web3 Gaming TV Hype, Kuligas, Ole the Show, and Zarin from Phantom. We'll have to see what people end up doing here. Like, it was cool seeing Hollow Hype take the win in that one. Was having a rather quiet, kind of late load, but didn't necessarily find themselves struggling at all. Hovering between 3rd and 4th for the most part in that one until they finally popped off at the end. Meanwhile, Nariba, again, that win streak that led them pretty much all the way to round 15 or so before they started taking any heat, able to get themselves onto the podium. But looking forward to seeing how some of our other players that maybe finish a little bit closer to the bottom fight back in this one.
Absolutely. I think it's going to get, it's just going to continue to heat up. I'm looking forward to it.
100%.
The other day, I did try to go hard on tier 0s. It worked okay. It was kind of funny to be honest. Like stage 3 Grocko is underrated. That thing is a monster. Stage 3 Flish even is pretty good. But the cost benefit from doing that really does not play out in the long term. It's too much wasted. Yeah.
The power spike might be amazing and then die off super fast, but it is still cool when you do manage to land that stage 3. It's not very common where that opportunity happens, but it looks like we might need to get you to switch over to a different player, though. Oh, no, never mind. It did load in. Never mind. We're good. Oh, speaking of Fleesh, loaded up with Omega Power already here for Nariba.
Dark Hollow Atlas at the front.
Beautiful. And that Fleesh just got absolutely popped. No chance there. And, of course, in the arena itself, so your standard ranked mode, you may see those hollowed out the rainbow or the shiny versions of the Illuvials. That is strictly cosmetic. There is no power up there, but it is one of the benefits of actually going and finding your own Illuvials in Overworld or the marketplace, wherever you may happen to find it, just to show off that little bit. I know I love when I have my bench loaded up with hollows.
What crate is that? Do you know?
Either synergy or composite, I think.
I don't think that's a composite crate. I think it's a synergy. Oh, we've got we've got the Crystal Shores region in this game.
There we go.
One of my favorites. Basically, the stage 2 version is going to be in the draft round. It might not seem like much, but it changes so much about the game. Firstly, the gold increase is massive. Instead of you getting a tier 4 gold alluvial over a tier 5 gold alluvial, now you're getting 12 instead of 15 gold, or it's a little bit less, but the point is that it's a much bigger difference in the amount of gold you can take away if that's your goal. Besides the alluvials themselves, if you've got... Sometimes it's really hard to find those last 3 of an alluvial. You might have 2 chukals and getting that last 3 is tough. When that chukal appears on the draft round, you're going to be able to get it straight away. So, I find lose streaking on this isn't going to change the game completely. I really thought it would do more. But it is going to be a very different game than on other regions. And that's what I love about Illuvium. I love how these regions really change the way you play, and you really need to adapt to the game in front of you.
Absolutely. You can't just play the same style every single time and get away with it, because one way or another, there's going to be something additional to consider. And again, like we were talking about in the regions earlier, Crystal Shores, one of my favorites as well for that exact reason. Whether, like you said, it is for the credits or just being able to pivot to a unit that happens to be strong right off the bat. So many things you can pull off here at the Crystal Shore. We're still rather early in this one, but Link's PQP taking a lot of heat so far in this one. Already dropped down to 88, but Nariba looking to pick up where they left off, this time up against Zarin, as we're going to see the Zerg Swarm kind of come on through here and take them down essentially one at a time. And there'll be Nariba taking yet another win here on this one. That's Kulagast as well. I was going to say it was win streaking, but I preemptively commentary cursed them just by looking over at their health bar. It does drop to 96, but of course, still very, very little damage in these early couple of rounds. Gives you plenty of time to set up, so you can kind of figure out where you want to go from there as we head to our NPC rounds before the draft. Then we can see what kind of stage 2s are in the draft deck.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've even found the first draft deck actually has some pretty good stuff in it. Like, we're probably going to see quite a few stage 2 tier 3s. Even something like a Riptorus would be huge for whoever gets it this early in the game.
Yeah, imagine just being able to immediately go from like a full tank composition to then just having a carry ready built. You just got to throw augments on it, and you're pretty well good to go and waste little to no time. But granted, everybody has that potential here for Crystal Shore, which is pretty ridiculous, but fun at the same time.
Absolutely. It's going to change things. We're going to see Zohan just grabbing a Verminio here. Lolura and Axon. Web 3 with the Lolura is great early on. Virtuous Lynx, one of the best early game units. Riptorus from Kulagast coming out. And Artes from Nariba. It looks like maybe they're in the draft round. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I think that's probably what ended up going down. And now we're going to have our top 2 battling it out. Kulagast alongside Nariba. And you can see, yeah, the Arctace on the bench. So yeah, that was just the draft round that went through. We didn't quite see it, but that's a-okay. And speaking of the Riptorus, looks like Kulagast found one.
Yeah. So all those ones I saw on the right must have been from the draft round, I suspect. It would have been a little bit random otherwise. So I guess we still got to pseudo see what we got there. Caradulo from Dasho.
Double power ascent on the board as well. The Arctace here for Nariba versus the power ascented Riptorus here for Kulagast.
But that Riptorus is going to be so terrifying with that power ascent kicking off after 15 seconds.
Absolutely, just has to hang in there, which as of right now, they're going up against 2 tanks, so you shouldn't be too worried. Arctace is going to come right on through, though. Yep, and it's right on the right target, but now they're able to turn onto the Arctace. The power ascent should be coming on through, otherwise it is going to end up getting swarmed down. But no, look at the damage coming out here from this Riptorus. This is exactly like you're talking about. Even as the Carpet Bomb comes out here from the Arctace, it's not going to be enough. The 2-on-1 is not going to go in the favor of Nariba. Kulagast actually looking to take that one.
Yeah, the thing heals too.
Yep.
It's got nature affinity, so it's actually going to get a ton of healing. Oh, he has no nature synergy, never mind. But it is going to get, it has natural healing from the toxic. He doesn't have toxic either, but he gets natural healing from somewhere, right? I can't remember from where. There you go. He gets 77% Omnivamp and attack damage when they eliminate an enemy.
There it is.
Riptorus only need to take out 1 or 2 things, and he's going to be able to heal. I expect Nareba to start win streaking from here. It's a pretty good combo to have at round 9. Gas is now in first.
Yep, so one of our Illuvium newcomers leading this lobby, and would love to see a fantastic finish here for them, since I believe they were 7th in or 6th in the last round. They need a big one, and they're relying a lot on this Riptorus, which was extremely low, but now we're seeing that Omnivamp kick in, and it is right back to half health. Has to deal with this Verminio, and it will do just that. That healing is absolutely absurd. Zaren's going to take a solid little shot for losing that one. But again, this little duo of the Rai alongside the Riptorus is doing wonders here for Gulagast.
It's being really glitchy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to switch to round around here for you, but...
I don't even see Gas growing. Oh, there he is.
There he is, yeah. If we do end up losing it, you can mute them and it'll pop back over to the left-hand side in a worst-case scenario. Or at least it's supposed to. Rip. If you're a player, that's what it does. But nonetheless, got our next round coming up here. So again, right along with Gas here one more time. See if this Riptorus can just do the work that it's been doing in these last couple of rounds. Drops down the half health rather quickly here, but at the same time, Web3 Gaming squad just seems to be dropping as well. This 5-fighter squad is just looking absurd. There's so many bodies trying to take out this Fleesh that not everybody can even start attacking. Gas looking good here in this one.
You always know you're in a bit of trouble if that happens. All right, I'm gonna have to swap to someone else completely.
Yeah. I know personally when we were doing it last week, we were giving a King of the Hill style where if someone won 3 times, then we would switch. Or something along those lines, at least for the early rounds.
Link's doing well. He's got the Familiar at the front. He's got the Stabbin. He's got a lot of rogues coming out. Only 6. He does have the full 6 on his board, though. Every single Alluvial. But he's got Lura on the bench, probably hoping to level up at some point. Although if he levels up, he's not going to be able to get that Gyro. He's not going to be able to get that Tiruo. But I don't think he's too concerned.
No, absolutely. And a question from the chat, actually. Toxic or Bloom? Which one would you prefer?
Toxic or what, sorry?
Bloom.
Oh, generally Bloom. Toxic, I don't feel like does a whole lot unless you've got a lot of other Omnivamp you're stacking with it, because Toxic does give you some healing.
Very true. That definitely makes sense here. And inadvertently, we're following alongside Gas again here as Link's trying to take care of them. They did go for the heavy rogue style with a little bit of a touch of Revenant. Is there enough damage to burst through the Power of Ascent? Yes, there is. Win streak has been shattered. Link's on the board.
Yeah, that the Vinebound Cleaver is very, very good. If we watch him use this against his opponent, you can see just how much damage that Ranger does. But Revo actually outdamaged everyone by far that round with the Titan's Readout. Probably the Leviathan's Fury, sorry. Probably the best augment in the entire game.
I didn't even notice that, but yeah, you had the Chrono Flux, which of course adding all that attack speed onto it as well. And the fact that the Leviathan's Fury, like you said, does max health additional damage as pure damage. So if you're just shooting faster, it means you're just getting more and more value out of that.
You can see
absolutely
the white bar there that he did about 3-2 in terms of how much damage is coming out from just that augment. So much damage is coming just from the Leviathan's Fury. Like, to put that in perspective, he's got about like 100 attack damage. And what, 6% of max health is typically, you got 2,000 max health. 15, 16 maybe? No, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, closer to 150 or so max health at any given time, but it's pure damage as well. So it's just doing so much.
Yeah. Leviathan's Fury, definitely one of those ones if I happen to see. I am very, very inclined to snag it, that's for sure. Pretty much regardless of the composition either, as long as you have something that kind of shoots at least a little fast.
Yeah, you typically do about 100 damage as pure damage on every auto attack. Depending on the unit. A tank, you're obviously doing a lot more.
Yeah, and that's incredible.
I feel like it's like all the legendary augments are like decent, but that one, I put on a Scoriox one and just won the game off it.
I believe it.
It's monstrous.
This next one here for Lynx is going to be versus Deshow from OLA. Deshow leading this lobby, and it's looking like a rather beefy composition here, really relying on this stage 3 Lynx actually to be the DPS and maybe an empath, but do not let it fool you.
It's going down.
Doing some decent damage, but it got chopped so quickly. I don't even think it got its power sent off. Holy smokes, that was decisive. Lynx.
The Leviathan's Fury got attached straight to that penguin, and that thing just did insane damage. Gets all the Omni Vamp as well. So many legendary augments here. Causing some serious issues for anyone that's not Lynx right now.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible, because that virtuous floor Lynx, that's not a squishy target. Lynxes in general tend to have a lot of health, and it got popped so quickly. Was not even funny, but this one could end in the blink of an eye as well, as we see the Inferno style kind of composition coming out here from Nariba, getting that Arctase earlier in the draft where it was already a stage 2.
He doesn't have Inferno.
The opportunity to pivot. Does not have the Inferno though.
He's got a Nature Ranger, so he can't get it until he gets Ramfire. He's on his way, but he can't get it yet. He will get Phantom soon, though.
And that'll be huge, just having those Omegas crit. But blink and you'll miss it. This one's going to be done quickly, one way or another. Both sets of rogues diving on through. That Ram fight having that power ascent is going to be pretty nasty as everybody's starting to swarm it down. Get to the skies, get the damage down. Everybody's in the pile there. But that dang penguin almost got away with it. Barely at the last second going to get taken down, but a lot of low health bars here on the red side. The Ranger, we sleep on it all the time, doesn't have the burst damage in the AoE. It does not. That is going to be the ramp fight and the Ranger on the red side here. Nariba taking that one.
I'm really liking those augments on Nariba's ramp fight there. Because we can see that, oh my god.
Give it a second, it'll catch back up. An active recreation of what my hand actually looks like around 20, trying to move units around, just spazzing out and failing.
Absolutely.
But there we go. See, now we're caught up now.
Cooler guy's gonna get that Verminio. Cookerless coming out. Yeah. Verminio, it should show us if they evolve. He's got one on the board, so he's probably close to a what's after Verminio? Familiar?
Familiar?
Yeah. So Familiar at the start, right. Some great stuff, but Nariba's augments, I'm really liking them, because if you look at this, he's got the Spellweaver's Aegis, which is going to give him a shield equal to 50% of the max health, and then gain the Omega Power. Great for a ram fight. But why do you need that? You need to last just long enough for Power's Ascent to kick off, give you that extra damage amp, which is going to apply to his Omega, and he's got extra tankiness there as well. So you know that Power's Ascent is going to kick off basically every single round, and then he'll get the damage amp for probably his second cast, which is pretty much going to do all the damage he needs to close out any given game.
And depending on the composition, too, sometimes you just need that one. You get the one ramp fight ult off, the rest of the squad can oftentimes clean up. But yeah, if you have enough to get that power ascent and trigger a second, you are sitting pretty. As we go up against Zarin here for this one, a lot of emphasis here on to that Barriox. Decent positioning, so the rogues dove behind it. Here comes the ramp fight, though, right on top of the Barriox. Can it heal through with the Eternal Hunger? It will not be able to versus a squad of 5 or 6. And Zarin again taking a solid chunk down, 45.
He's got the Velthrax on the Stabbin as well.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Has it always been called Velthrax? I don't know if I've ever actually read its name before.
I feel like it has. It's been like that for a while, at least. It may have not originally been that, but... Yeah,
I just know it by its ability.
Yeah, exactly. With Coolagast here going up against Nariba, that's a jagged edge on this, or jagged end rather. So this Scorpion just became a range damage dealer.
I love
also
jagged
having
edge.
Power Ascent.
I love jagged edge.
It's
It's one of my
beautiful.
favorite Illuvium. It's gonna be so hard to take it out. He's left it at the back though. Is Ramfight gonna take it out? No, he's moved to the front.
Okay.
Perfect positioning here. It's in front of the Doka. This Fernite is this Fern's pretty much screwed. It's not going to be able to clean up that Artes before the cast, but the cast is not going anywhere useful. Ramfight in a pretty bad position for cast right now. He doesn't want to see it cast. It's going to move over. The Ranger's going to teleport and bring the Ramfight with it. As the last thing you want. I think the Riptorus is probably the best 1v1 Alluvial in the game. It's not taking a whole lot of damage. Champion.
Look at it go!
Howard's Ascent is very good against bigger mega casts like a Ramfight. And so you're going to want to have to take out that Riptorus earlier to defeat Coolagast here. It's not going to die later on. He's got too much healing, too much benefits. He got threefold power, which actually gives them 10% attack speed as well.
Beautiful.
Stacking that with Chrono Flux, that Riptorus is going to be dangerous. Hopefully people don't let him get Riplance, or they're going to be sorry.
Oh, that'll be nuts. And those drone augments, we don't really get the opportunity to talk about them a whole heck of a lot, but the ones that Coolagast went for, the one where it was buffing your level or your tier 3s, those I feel like are always so risky to go for because you're kind of not all-inning, but you're heavily committing on having a certain tier of unit end up being oftentimes your carry.
Well, remember he got the Riptorus. He got the Riptorus in the first draft round, and then you get the drone augment later on after that. So he had the Riptorus before he pulled down. He could clearly see the value in that Riptorus. You're right though. You can't maximize the value unless you know you're going to get that Riplance. But for his sake, I hope he does, because he's going full fighters comp, and I think that's the only tier 3 fighter that's worth anything.
Yep, I believe you're right there. I'm
Web
thinking
3
in the back of my mind, but I think you're correct, yeah.
There's no other tier 3 fighters, I don't believe, or really anything else that you want to put in that composition. Maybe the Lolura will be the other tier 3 unit, but it's not really benefiting from that 10% attack speed a whole lot. We are going to see some pretty good Scions in the back corner here with an insane front line.
I was going to say, we talk about tier 3 damage, but how about tier 3 tank? That Gnarl alongside the Crunk as well. Heck, even the tier 5 Scarabok going to be joining the party here for this one. Diving on through. Can the bunker get cracked here? And Ariba going to be trying their damnedest to be able to do so. So here comes a ramp fight. That's some big damage. It does take out 1 or 2, but not necessarily enough to bust the bunker. Hanging on by a thread.
Ramp fight's going up. Oh, it's not enough.
Decent ult again, but here comes the heals, and that is going to be Nariba taking a hit after a fantastic bunker defense coming out here.
Got some great healing on the Scoriox as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, because it did drop down low, but it did get healed up rather quickly here, pretty much immediately after that ramp fight fired off. Actually, that first one I don't even think connected. The second one, though.
Oh, not quite enough, though.
Very, very close. Health bars are starting to get a little bit scary for some of our players here. And this one, though, Zarin, unfortunately having another rough one. They were out early in the last game here for our semifinal. They'll need to be able to turn this around rather quickly, and it starts off here against the lobby leader. Lynx still putting on a fantastic charge here into this one. Bunker style coming out once again, but up against the Rogue Revenants. Can they crack it? Have to see. Keeping an eye here on that Penguin that's still fully loaded. Again, with that Leviathan's Fury, so it's going to be doing tons of percent health damage alongside the ramp fights. And I think this one's pretty much wrapped up immediately. Charging on through. That Penguin's untouched. Pretty much half this team is untouched here. All the carries going to get evaporated nice and quickly. Look at those numbers. Almost 8,000 here on the Penguin. The Death Pengu is ready. Yes, absolutely, Shiv. But now I think we may have some people on the hot seat. Let's take a look at our health bars. Zarin, yep, 16 health. That's kind of scary. You have to be basically playing perfect Illuvium. If we could possibly swap over to that, I'd absolutely love that. But Zarin possibly getting eliminated if one goes wrong for them.
Let's go check out Zarin then.
Yeah, let's.
He's up against Guizera today.
And I do like what Guizera's got going on, though. That Power Ascent, is that the Seer? That's the fully evolved.
He's got Arcanite, Magma, and Granite. One of my favorite personal combos is what I tend to go for. Power's Ascent on Seer is interesting, but when it goes off with the damage reduction, Magma buff, Earth, and just being a bulwark, that thing's going to be hard to kill.
Oh my gosh, it barely looks like it's even been touched, and it is shredding things alongside that Paradox.
Got 130 resistance, 20 mitigation, and probably more from Magma when it's in there. And the Thorns. No, not Thorns, sorry. It deals damage back to its attacker. Did only 5k damage, but it's not dying. It's just not.
Yeah, the Paradox just got to sit in the back and just free fire that entire time. And I thought that might have been a bad enough loss here for Zarin to fall, but no, not this time. They're going to have another crack here. See if they can get a win streak going as they now have to deal with Web 3.
It's going to be a challenge. Web 3 is doing pretty well. Got some really bulky front line. Unlike some of the other players, it doesn't look like Zerhin has ways to break down a tank. He's going to trouble to break this. He's going to have so much trouble breaking this, and his front line is not very tough. He needs to rely on the healing from the lyrics. This is the best links, the best virtuous links in the game with the nature. Get double up on that healing. He's got a few different things to help him get extra Omega power as well. Who's to say if it's enough? The DPS coming out from Web 3 is not that crazy. He does have some great augments on his Scoriox though, so he's going to inflict Clumsy on the Crunk there, so it's not going to be able to blind his way out of it. Axon's going down real fast. His tank's holding on way longer than Web 3's, which is a bit of a surprise. Crunk going to inflict blind on top of the Firiox, really slowing it down. Incredible heals coming out here.
Holy smokes.
17,000 healing. This thing is 160 Omega power. 20,000, 20k in healing. It is not enough.
Oh. That might be the most healing I've ever seen in a single round. That links there from Zarin was absolutely incredible. But again, it just wasn't enough. It could not make up for the lack of stats from being just a little bit lesser of an evolved front line compared to their opponents there, compared to Web 3. So Zarin, unfortunately, I believe that's a 7th and an 8th here for them, so they'll probably be falling down. We got tier 5s in this one.
Coolagast is taking the Verminio. Looks like he sold his one from previously. I swear to God he had some. Or he's trying to steal it from someone else. They're show grabbing Singe, which is really important here because it's going to be so hard for him to get it in the pool since one of his opponents has Seer. So it's quite fortunate for him if he needed that. I'm assuming he did. Yeah, pretty good tank for his team.
Looks like it.
Definitely needed that on the board. One of the best tanks in the game. Second best tank in the game outside of your classic Goliath, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the show will be the next one on the hot seat for the next round. Of course, we're in the PvE round, so I feel like everybody's A-okay for now. But relying here on another Virtuous Flora links coming into play. But lots of augments onto that Fernite as well.
He's going to leverage that Singe straight away to go into a Harbinger Magma. Quite a good combo here. He's got Templar on the board already.
And I know at least from the last couple of tournaments, especially when people started to realize that rogues were a little bit of a problem a bunker style like composition with magma was a pretty common answer. I feel like we saw it maybe with if it wasn't that, maybe it was with fighters, but we do see a couple of the players up the top of the boards were running some rogues, or at least one of them was at one point. But how is that going to deal with a Rip Lance, which was caught here? Coolagas did find it. Has that Jagged End, Power Ascent, and the Chrono Flux. So this thing is going to be an absolute monster. To be honest, I don't see how the show survives this.
Yeah, that Rip Lance... The thing is, you can't bunker against the Rip Lance anymore, because now it's got the range. It can always attack from one line back. You're in trouble when that thing has a jagged edge. You're not going to be able to out-heal it either.
Yeah, that Lynx is going to try. It's in the dead center, but it's not going to be able to really help out their Rangers start things off here. The shield.
The Ranger shield, good timing on that.
Yeah, but stalled it out pretty good.
Big heals.
Right in the front line. Good damage, good heals. But wow, look at this thing get bursted. Immediately taken down once again. A valiant effort coming out here from the show, but there is nothing they can do. They shall be swarmed down. Coolagas going to 11.
The show's going to go down there.
From this lobby. There it goes. And now Hollow. All of a sudden, down in our bottom half here. Going to be our next player on the bubble. The Rogue Revenants, who was rocking that? They found the 7 Rogues and the 4 Revenants, so that's going to be terrifying.
Oh my god.
That was Lynx.
It is Lynx, yeah.
So that is going to be terrifying, but at least personally, I want to see what ends up happening to Hollow.
Yes,
they did win that last lobby.
Yes, 2 Laluras on the board.
That is definitely a lot of disruption coming out here from Lynx, but at least personally, Hollow might have won that last lobby, but if they end up falling here in 6, that might not guarantee them a move into the next round. I'd love to see that if possible.
He's got the Spore and the Dust set up. He's going to be scary here.
Absolutely, this battle between our 2 top players in the lobby. Here comes the ram fight to the skies, and that was some pretty decent damage in the middle. The ram fight, though, on the red side is going to end up falling. Lynx is looking good so far. Just have to deal with this Monarch, and after seeing the IPL 500 last weekend, I am not counting this dang Monarch out. Look at the damage. Nope. Death Pengu coming on through.
Look at the healing on that Penguin. It's got all the Omnivamp, but not only that, he's given it the Revenant, okay? And so this thing is dealing AoE damage, max health damage, and healing it all back. This thing is monstrous. Absolutely monstrous.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. And just being able to self-sustain itself through this as well. Sure, tanks the 1 ramp fight. Does not matter. It was down to about a quarter. Does not matter. Heals it all up because nobody can completely focus fire. Beautifully done there. Now, I am curious in regards to the life count. Did we lose Hollow in that last one? We did. So with Hollow being eliminated, they did win the first lobby. But by getting in 6th, it does leave a few things up to chance. I feel like it's not a guarantee that they make that top 4 and move on to our final. So kind of a crazy outcome there as we now see Lynx versus Kazera.
Powers Ascent hasn't come up yet for Sia. Sia needs it. No, he's going to go down before the Powers Ascent kicks off.
Definitely unlucky. This one's going to hurt. That's a lot of Alluvial still on the board. Kazera now on the bubble.
Kazera has a Behemoth Fireox. No Jotun yet. Are they close to getting it? He's got a Jokul on the bench.
Oh,
I don't know how much gold he has. But no one else...
Side too, though, Coolagast.
No one else has Jokul. He needs to get this 4 Behemoth, or he's screwed.
And unfortunately, Coolagast has 2 of them, or a Jokul and the Mole on the other side on the bench. They can't get it. There's so many.
There's too many.
They're not going to get the Behemoth, unfortunately. It doesn't look like. Coolagast might be looking for another kill shot here. We lost Web3 Gaming as well in the last one.
He's got Phosphorus. Berserker Phosphorus is incredible.
My goodness. Oh god, as if the Rip Lance wasn't tough enough to
Full
deal with. You
berserker.
now have to deal with it.
That Phosphorus is going to go indomitable, although I believe it's not working at the moment. It might be bugged. I can't remember.
I mean, as of right now, I'm seeing a lot of chunked health bars here on this red side, but now they've cracked the front line. They just have to get through the crunk.
Oh, the
now they have to deal with
damage!
the firepower. The damage is too damn high. That is going to be Gazera hanging on for just a little bit longer here.
If he can knock him out without dying, he is going to be able to get that 4 behemoth. He just needs to not come up against Lynx. He just needs to not come up against Lynx, and he has a shot. The behemoth, he just got the Scoriox, it looks like. I don't think he had that before.
Yeah, I think it was just a Periox, though.
He's got the chaining.
So, yeah.
He's got attacks chained, behemoth, and inflicting clumsy. He's not missing. He's stunning every third attack, so basically permanently, whatever he's targeting, he's going to stun to death. And he's chaining it. I don't know if the stun chains, but if it does, that's pretty broken. But I don't think it does.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. And for Kazuto in the chat, they're talking about where to learn what augment's good for what. The Illuvialytics website's definitely a good start, at least in my opinion.
When you look at the augments too, it does show a little recommended thing when you're actually choosing them. You can't see that from this stream, but inside the game, it does show you which augment might be good for what.
There's definitely one way to do it, absolutely. Now, with 3 players, there's a chance that this could be the final round, or like second to last round here, depending on how this ends up going. With 3 players being down
with the magma, he's up against the exact player I think he needs to go up against to be able to win this next round. I think he has a little bit of trouble. He just beat Coolagar, so it would have been one of these other 2 players. And Lynx, I think he would have knocked him out. So he's quite fortunate here. He's going against Nareba. And that means that Coolagas is probably going up against Lynx. And so Coolagas is going to have some serious trouble. And he's got, it looks like Coolagas sold off a bunch of the Jokels. He did sell off some of it to make up some money. And so now he's almost got the Jotun.
Yeah, 1 away, so close. But not going to be able to get it this time. Can Gazera hang on one more time here versus Olale's Nareba? Here comes the first ramp fight.
Ramp fight, not on Scoriox though. If you're not casting on that Scoriox, you're not going to win. He's going to inflict clumsy to make sure he stuns him.
Best case scenario here for Gazeria, but on the other side, just a second, who
I don't know why it switched. It pretended like he lost, but Gazera was fine. That's really weird.
Yep. No worries, but we did end up losing Coolagas, so Gazera's opportunity to maybe find that fully loaded bear is there.
He's got to have to go for the ramp fight to stop his opponent from getting it.
Oh, true. They're hesitating.
He's not going for the ramp fight. You've got to get the ramp. What are you doing? Oh my god.
Oh.
He's so focused on his own strategy. You can protect the Scoriox from it when it's only a little bit of an Omega, but you can't do it when it's a giant Ramfire Omega. That thing's going to send your Scoriox to the Shadow Realm. Am I crazy? He gets it. They both get what they need. They both, Titanor and Ramfire is going to come out, but I don't think tanks are as good as DPS in this game. He's shuffling around the augments on it. He's giving it the Damage Bane, Apex Supercharger, and Mindstorm. Scoriox on the bench. I don't know if he's shifting around or what. He's got the Jotun.
I really wait in last second and try and reveal their positioning here, because yeah, it's going to be a protect the carry. You have to protect the Scoriox at all costs. Where is it going?
Going in the top right corner. It's not that far forward.
Where does this Ramfire go? All eyes on the Pterodactyl in the dead center. Can it burst through? Maybe find the carry, but actually the Scoriox all the way up in the top right-hand corner.
Scoriox is in the corner. I love that as a strategy. That's one way to protect it from a rogue, is turn it into a rogue yourself. He sacrificed the Omnivamp for that play, but I would say that's worth it.
Oh, he's got the best chance, 100%. It's so close, but we called it in the chat. Death Pangu. finishing the job here. Lynx winning the lobby. Beautifully done.
He got the Omnivamp
skill
from the drone augments, but it was not enough.
Gosh, I love the idea, though. Granted, the element of surprise would have been gone after that first round. To at least maybe try to get the one would have been crazy. But nope, that's going to be Lynx securing that one.
He was
a very beautiful fashion.
He was perma-stunning with that setup with the Scoriox, but there were too many Illuvials left alive that he couldn't take them all out at once, unfortunately. And in the end, it just wasn't enough to be able to win that out.
Yeah, even if the Scoriox went down, there was still the Penguin swinging on all cylinders and plenty more Illuvials where that came from. So congrats there to Lynx for taking that lobby, which would mean that our semifinals portion of the broadcast should be close to done. What ends up going down here?
We're about to head into the grand finals, guys. Yeah, let me just quickly close the blinds because the sun just moved over and you can see it hit me pretty hard there.
No worries.
But yeah, if you're new to Arena or new to the IPL, check out this video. That is the thing right there. I'm actually going to move all of this up. There we go, right to the top. That's going to be a little bit better. Okay, we can see from the scores there that Slicks is actually going to end up... his match hasn't finished yet for round 2. But we can see that Lynx is going to take first place. Average 7.5 points. Came a first and a second, it looks like. Absolutely incredible. We're going to see Ola and Nareba come get 12 points, come in second. Then Hollow and then Web3. No tiebreakers, which you like to see in the semis. So that's really good to see there. We're going to see Web3 come in fourth and go into the grand finals here. Wizetta and Kuldergast both competing on their composition in the last match there, causing a little problems for each other. If Kuldergast actually performed better there and came third, he would have actually won that tiebreaker and actually gone into the grand finals here. So really unfortunate on that. He came so close. I've got the code for the other game. Let's see where it's at. I think I have the code.
Okay, I got it pulled up on Discord. They're down to their final 4 here with Fury Hype leading the charge by a long shot. We just lost Downert in fourth there. So Fury Hype leading, Slicks third, Narkish is in second currently. But we, of course, we just actually lost Slicks in fourth, actually. Never mind, they lost a little bit harder in that round. So they're down to the final 2. Fury Hype versus Narkish. I think Fury Hype, we're saying, did well enough that they're probably not too worried now being here in this top 2, but Narkish probably wants as many points as they could possibly get here.
Round
what I
32.
was a rough first one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's a Fisto and everything. It's actually
Brightland Steps, so they've been going for a while. Fair enough.
3 Colossus, 3 Invoker. Two Verdant. Am I crazy, or is this like a... Would this normally be a really hard fight? Like in theory.
This is actually like a... With it being so deep into the game, even though this is an NPC fight, like this is actually a tough squad. I've come very, very close to losing this NPC battle. I am not going to lie to you.
All right, the big difference is they don't have augments, so that gives them a
exactly.
huge disadvantage. Yep.
Yeah, so eventually they're going to be able to shred through, but I mean, you can't just roll your face on the keyboard and get through this one. You do have to be careful. At least a little bit here. Yeah, our final 2, both of them rather healthy. And of course, one of the things that I inadvertently learned about Illuvium over this last week on Tuesday is if this does go to round 35, the damage base does more than doubles. It goes up to like a base of 50 before any levels or alluvial counts get into play. So even if they trade wins here, we're probably going to be done within the next 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, there's one of the rounds, it's just like it's to lose. It's just, you know, guys, it's sudden death, basically.
It really is. Yeah, on Tuesday, I died at 61 health, and I lost my mind. But well, hopefully that doesn't happen to one of our players here.
7.
As what could be our final 2.
7 Fighter out from Nakesh. We've got 2 Steam, Bloom, 2 Behemoth, Slayer. I find you kind of need a 4 synergy, though. It's a little bit hard with this. We've got a lot of 3 synergies from Furies and a lot of 2s from Nakesh. Clearly, he's not that strong. That Ramfire Omega is just too strong. He probably hit a power spike recently with that Ramfire, I'd suspect. And he's going to do a lot of damage to Nakesh.
It's got that augment, too, that does allow for Omegas to crit, even though it's not a Phantom. So that was pretty brutal. It got some huge value in that last fight there.
Nakesh is close to both. Furies is close to Adorius and Gazotep. Although Gazotep's not really giving you any extra synergies, so I'm not sure that would be the play. He does have Empath, right? No, he has Rogue on the Quake Ballers. Yeah, so I don't know why he'd be going for that. Getting the Adorius would be pretty huge. We can see Nakesh has nothing happening on the bench here. He's just going to have to get some sort of perfect positioning. He is going to pull off the Adorius on Fury's side.
Yeah, give one more crack at it. Rely on positioning.
That Umbre, holy crap. Did he have Umbre before?
I did not quite recognize, but yeah, it's right where it wants to be. Immediately trying to take care of that healer in the background. The poor little Revo's trying to save their healer, but it's not going to be enough.
It's going to Omega.
It's not in its favor, though. Here comes the
It's going to Omega again.
Get its health back. We've seen this before. The Ombre coming from behind to take care of the whole team. And no, they're not going to be able to do it. Fury.
Oh my god. It didn't have enough time to be able to pull that off.
Gosh, so close. Narkish was almost back in this one. But the numbers game just was too much there for the Umbre. So close.
You could not take out the Penguin. The Penguin was doing too much damage with any given attack. And that caused some serious issues.
Shiv calling it in the lobby again. Another Death Pengu, another lobby beatdown. Sure enough, was a difference maker here in that final fight. Again, we see those Penguins loaded up with augments, and they are definitely a force to be reckoned with, especially when you have other rogues doing so much burst damage. A valiant effort there for Narkish to try and win that lobby. Comes a little bit short, as second place is still fantastic. But let's hope that one place is not the difference maker between them getting into or missing out on our finals here.
We're going to see Furies manage to pull off that top positioning, really being aided from that there. Going to help him out. Actually, though, there's no seeding going to the grand final. Slick's coming second, Alnert third, and Nakesh is actually still going to qualify from getting the second place there, which you absolutely love to see that sort of stuff. Absolutely love it.
What's pretty crazy as well, Soda and Fox Spirit. So those are two of our, I think, top 3 ranked leaderboard players. Not going to make it.
Yeah, so it's really cool to see that Narkesh and Elnert, which wouldn't have been the favorites if you were to put betting odds on this lobby, are actually going to get in 3rd and 4th. So that's really exciting going to the top 8, but top 16 and top 32, but top 16 in particular is going to get some prize money for this. Help them buy some more Illuvium, so maybe a future Leviathan tournament, get some fuel to go on some auto drone runs or play the game, I don't know. But it's good to see they're getting some compensation, and they're getting a lot of IPL points from being in the semifinals, which is almost going to guarantee them, if you ask me, the World Championship positioning to try and get into that competition. So you love to see that, but this top 8 is going to get the most IPL points out of there.
Absolutely. Like, of course, you want to be pushing to get into that final and push to win, but at the same time, you get knocked out here. That is still an absolute incredible run, and you don't leave empty-handed, which is definitely nice to see.
Absolutely love it. All right. We're going to jump back into the chat. They're joining the final lobby right now. For anyone unaware, it is a best of 3 match where basically if you have the first position score at the end of that match, you take home the grand prize of $600. Second prize, very good as well. But really, you're getting those IPL points. Those IPL points are going to get you guaranteed access into probably the next IPL 1000s and hopefully the World Championship at the end of the year as well. If we take a quick look at the schedule once more, we can see that you want to get for that $150,000 main event in December. And all of the IPL 1000s have 20 grand up for grabs as well, purely off invitational. And those IPL points are going to give you a great deal of access into those events. So you definitely want to be doing well in this grand final in all of the IPL competitions. And we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely going to be looking forward to it. But again, just like I was saying before, just having all these events weekend after weekend, week after week, playing as many or as few as you want to play, but you have the opportunity no matter what every single weekend here with the Illuvium Pro League. Chad is asking, is there an IPL scoreboard that tracks overall points for all players?
There is. I will find it and bring it up. Just give me a minute if you want to waffle on for a bit.
Oh, absolutely. I've got the chats from all of our platforms here off to the side. I'm seeing you all in all of our Death Pangu talk. Absolutely.
Actually, but maybe there isn't a leaderboard. I thought there was. I'm not sure if there's a leaderboard now that I think about it.
I know there's one for like tournament per tournament, so I'm not sure if there's one out for the IPL as a whole.
I think, but they've posted it somewhere after the IPL 500. I just can't remember where they posted it.
Right, I do feel like I remember seeing that. Well, we're shaping up to, of course, have an incredible grand finals. I know, kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but with Slicks in particular, I know they're going to be hungry to go into this grand final, getting so close last time, but it would just unfortunately lost, or they ended up losing on the final battle, getting second place in the final round, knocked them out of the tiebreaker contention, ended up getting third. Comes back on an absolute hot streak here, pretty well safely making their way into the grand finals. And there is a spreadsheet, it looks like, with all of our IPL points. Is it ordered, though? It's based off of...
It's not ordered by total, but you can pretty much tell everyone that's in there. We've got, in first, we've got OXMAR, and then we've got Slicks in second. We've got Fox Spirit, pretty big differentiator between these three, but so it looks like Slicks and Marks are definitely pretty much guaranteed for the World Championship, and we've got both of them pretty much guaranteed for all 1000s as well. Wizera, Perico, Fox Spirit, all doing very, very well here. Quite a few on 25, 36, and that sort of zone as well, with Narkesh, Fishy, Hollow, a lot of the players we're seeing in this top 16, basically. Zohan as well. Down the bottom here, we've also got Web3, currently has 25 points. Did not get any points in the IPL 500, which is quite interesting to see. So got 25 just from performing really, really well in that IPL 250. It looks like he won the IPL 250. No, he didn't quite. Slicks won the IPL 250, but he came close, maybe second or third. And then we're currently in the next IPL 250 as well. So thanks again, Rich, for sending me that.
Perfect. So perfect timing. And we mentioned about the World Championships, people being a lock. I think honestly, it's still so early in the season that somebody could probably pick up the game right here, right now.
Oh, for sure.
And be able to compete their way in. And you probably still got a lot of time to even be able to pull that off, especially with some of these bigger tournaments coming up with the 500s, 1000s. Yeah, you got to get some points to get into the 1000s, but I mean, it's definitely mathematically possible. And I love our veterans. I love seeing our old faces, but I'd love to see some new faces as well come in here and show us how it's done.
I mean, I wish I could compete if I wasn't like helping organize and things like that. I reckon I could definitely make it. I'm not the best player, but I reckon I could absolutely make it to the world event. There'd be a whole lot of fun.
It'd definitely be cool to see. I know on on Friday, yesterday, I did actually try to play in the sit and go. I got shredded. So
I've done okay in the sit and goes. Not amazing, but I've done okay.
I'll stick to the casting side of things.
Just takes a little bit of practice. But sometimes you'd be surprised,
Absolutely.
like even for new players and things like that. Sometimes it's a big update that comes to the game, or like a mini update or a balance patch or a balance refresh. And players that really love playing air or something, for example, maybe air becomes really good and you've got all this practice behind you for air, and you all of a sudden start coming first, second over and over again just because that meta just really aligns with your personal playstyle and you start performing really, really well. I've even had that myself before. Not with air specifically, but whenever fighters are really good, I tend to do quite well. They're not like amazing right now. They're solid now, and so I'm doing better than usual. But yeah. We're about to get into this one.
So you're telling me, Scoriox, that your playstyle does not always involve a Scoriox?
It does. I put Scoriox in the fight. I put Scoriox in the fighter composition.
Give it an implant or whatever, or the imprint. There you go. That's one way of doing it.
Pretty much. Well, the hard thing with Scoriox is he doesn't benefit from the Scion composition all that well. Because the Scions, you need enough pieces to block the way. You need them to wall off. And Scoriox benefits so much from all the drone augments that boost attack speed rather than a mega power.
Right.
And so it doesn't really fit in there that well. He fits in well with tanky compositions because he's got magma, and so he can benefit from that. But he actually benefits really well from fighter because he gets the attack speed from the fighters, and he benefits from all the fighter-related chips, things like Behemoth chip, Slayer chip, and so on. So he really likes being a fighter composition for that. But lastly, he has Arcanite, and Phosphorus is one of the best Illuvials in the game. And so if you can get the two together with Arcanite, with your Ranger, you can start pushing some pretty crazy boundaries on there as well. Much harder to actually get it set up, but that is where he excels, is actually in the fighter compositions. Because they double up as tanks as well. You need tanks in front of him, and when he's in a Scion composition, you don't have enough tanks. You either need Scions and tanks, or Scoriox and tanks. You can't really have both.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. And as we get through our first opening rounds here for our grand finals, do see a quick question here from Shiv. How does individuals track their own points who are not on that sheet? If they are not on the sheet, was there a minimum IPL point on that sheet, or was that the entire list?
That was the entire list.
So in theory, if your name was not on there, you unfortunately don't have points yet.
No, I don't
still
believe so.
Plenty early to change that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's 64 spots up for grabs in the World Championship. And there's really only 64 players that compete in any tournament in any single time. So really, once you get on that sheet, you're in a pretty good spot. But once you get 20, 30 points, you're pretty much there. All right, I'm just going to go for a second. I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. Now, of course, this is game number 1 of our grand finals here in this Illuvium Pro League IPL 250. Introducing our players here from the right-hand side. Starting off from the top, Slicks Hype. Then we got Narkish, Web3 Gaming TV Hype, Fury Hype, OLA Nariba, Alnerd from Team Phantom, and Hollow Hype. So once again, we've got a lot of hype here and the grand final for an IPL 250, but it is not as dominant as we saw last time. And one player that did just pop up at the very, very top there, so I missed him initially. But last but not least, Lynx PQP making our grand final here. Can please share the link to that sheet. I will do so as soon as I have the opportunity to get there. 100%. And it's good to see people, as I'm looking at gentlemen there in the chat, focusing on Overworld at the moment. And honestly, Overworld's what got me into Illuvium. And it's still probably my favorite part of the game. So nothing better than running around and catching the Illuvials and having them to call your own. So I definitely get it. But tell you what, the arena is absolutely a blast as well. But I am very, very curious based off of the chat if there's anybody who has any favorites going into this one. So I tell you what, we've got an absolute mixed bag of killers here in this lobby. To have made it through the sit and goes, or to have made it through previous IPLs, or to have made it through the ranked ladder to get here in the first place, get through the quarters, get through the semis. And I tell you what, personally, if I'm competing in the arena after about 2 hours, I genuinely start to get exhausted. Some of these players have been going on for way longer than that, so they are absolutely killing it. We've got some hype here for, or pun not intended, but I guess it kind of worked out, for Web3 Gaming to take this grand finals. And also lots of love, of course, to the Illuvium community as a whole. Since I've started commentating, there has been nothing but positivity from all of you. Big hearts to y'all. I definitely thank you. Speaking of Web3, we're watching them battle it out here versus Slicks in an early game battle. We do see that Earth staff coming out here from Web3 Gaming. I personally love that thing. The Earth Scion staff just chunks. Takes a little while to charge up, but when it does, it absolutely counts, to the point where that Ranger becomes a carry in its own right. And we're going to see Web3 be able to take that nicely. Loading up another one in just a moment's time here. Of course, the 3 fighters there for Slicks. Couldn't quite get the job done this time by, but that's A-okay. Taiga Boreal is the region for this one. So if I recall correctly, that is just in regards to re-rolling drone augments. Oh, not quite. It's actually going to make all drone augments stage 2. So at least the fluctuation in power isn't going to be there. It's always going to be its middle power version. Thank you, Scoriox, for popping on over to double check here for me. As we see our next battle here with Web3, and it says, I don't think that's actually Web3 here. That's going to be Lynx and Slicks this time by, and this time it's looking like Slicks has this. We'll absolutely do so. We'll get a chunk in here onto Lynx in this early stage as we are now getting into our first NPC round.
We're seeing Web3 run the double Lynx, a personal favorite of mine. Chrono Flux on Lynx, also very, very good here. We've got Naraba doing quite well. Got a little bit of a tank setup going, a little bit of Scion tank sort of setup going for Lynx. Got some rogues opening up for Narkesh. We've got God knows what for Furies. I don't think he's quite figured it out yet. Leveling up really fast. It's okay. Slick's leveling up very fast here. I got a pretty good, well-rounded comp there. We've got a lot of tier 0s still from Elner. Probably playing the long game, loose streaking a little bit. Should be interesting. And very similar from Hollow, also level 4. So they're taking a little while to level up to 5 for those two.
No, absolutely. I think now once we get through this draft, we'll see people maybe start to kind of focus in as to what they want to end up playing. A lot of people, at least personally, I find myself rather indecisive before level 5. But once level 5 really hits, I think I have to kind of start thinking quickly, because if I need to start getting my tier 1s fast, I need to start rolling. Or if that's not my concern and I just want to start leveling up for something later, you gotta kind of brace yourself that you're going to maybe take a little bit of a beating and try to mitigate as much damage as you can for the next following rounds. But it all really starts here at this draft.
Well, the big thing is the Ranger weapon. And so
That too.
they've all started getting them out now. And he's got the Earth Grasp Scepter. Honestly, I feel like that thing does not do enough damage. It's just... It's not nearly as good as the other Scion weapons, in my opinion. Like, its Earth Scion's a great combo, though. So it's definitely really, really good in its own way. But I haven't had a whole lot of luck. It's pretty good, though, because it targets the furthest away enemies, I believe. And then it actually it damages and roots them, but it's not as good as Gnarl, which will actually knock them up as well, canceling many of their abilities. But we are going to see Chrono Flux and Titan Bane on a Flish, which is pretty fun.
That staff does eventually get the one augment, though, that does have a 1 second silence, so it does get that interrupt. I know personally that's a favorite, but you opt to have a more tanky Scion compared to the burst damage style, as we are seeing right now here. Web3 Gaming going to just continue to hurt here with that beautiful Hollow Lynx getting the final blow.
Absolutely. All right. Let's have a look how Nareba's going. Oh, I think we were waiting to finish, sorry.
Yep, no worries.
Sometimes I think it's glitching, but the matches haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
The camera catch-up is interesting. Sometimes it does give me some jump scares. But with Nariba, I'm going to be curious to see how they opt to take the lobby. Of course, this is going to be a best of 3. In the last one, we did see Nariba really push to try and get a win streak in game number 1. And that kind of carried the momentum necessary through that game. And then to the point where the second game in the semifinals, they were able to sit rather comfortably in the lobby. So they opt for something similar. But in the meantime, Web3 Gaming up against Hollow. Came off a fantastic semifinal in their own right, but we'll have to see if the double link style coming out here from Web3 is enough to shred them down. But with, again, the Chrono Flux on top of it, this Lynx is not attacking any slower. It is just chopping away. The shots from the TNT going to finish the job nicely as well. So Hollow, we're not even at, or we're just getting into round 10, and they've nearly taken half their health. Ouch. Or no, not quite, but 70 health. 70 health left.
Still level 4 from Furies and Hollow. Hollow just leveling up there. Looks like it was intentional. They actually paid for that XP. They probably figure they can't afford to lose that much more health this early in the game. But remember, this is a best of 3. And so in game 1, you can take a little bit more risk. Sometimes really sacrificing that early health for extra credits, extra economy and things like that. And coming back later in the game can really pay off. It's a little bit riskier than just trying to win streak the whole time, let's put it that way. But it can definitely pay off. And so in game 1, that is the time to do it.
Yeah, I'm just, in my ranked games, I'm just lose streaking all the time. Oh, not each individual game, but I'm lose streaking every single ranked game because I just don't win them. But no, in this next one, we have our top 2 battling it out here. Nariba as well as Web3. Here comes the ace to the back line. It's in a pretty decent spot, but the Lynx went out of range, so now it's going to finally go towards that TNT. And it will hang on by a thread. Pops the shot here alongside the Scion Ranger. Fleesh, do you have enough burst damage? Of course you don't. You're the Fleesh. Never mind, I'm slandering the Fleesh. Beautifully done to catch back up.
It has the Chrono Flux.
It did. I misjudged it, and beautifully
4K damage, god damn.
Okay, Fleesh, I never doubted you.
That is going to ruin Web3's streak and give Nareba a streak instead. Got to really shake up this early game. If Web3 won that against Nareba, he would have had free reign for quite some time and really been able to leverage that lead. Yeah,
that definitely threw a wrench in the gears, to say the least, here for Web3. Obviously not the end-all be-all, but now you got to start that streak back up over again.
Lynx has quite a similar team. Lynx has quite a similar team here, but we can see Nareba has the ace, which is going to make a really big difference if we have a look at the damage charts for this match. I think we're going to see this ace do a whole lot of damage from, what is it? Does he have 4 Scions or 2? He has 2, I think.
Let's see. But we'll have to see. Here it comes.
3.
dives on through into the back line, but it's basically taking a place behind enemy lines, and it almost looked like it was shooting at its own team, trying to play in disguise. But these Illuvials are not stupid. They will not fall for that. Ooh. And it looks like here on the red side,
he got the silence. Doable. He got the silence right there.
Silence, yep, there it is. I love that thing. It's so useful. Silencing 3 targets.
So we're seeing Nareba lose their win streak. My God.
Okay.
Narkesh appears to be on a... I thought that said 5, but that doesn't sound right. Narkesh is on a good win streak, nonetheless. Probably 3 or 2.
All right, took a little heat early, but not too bad. Still sitting at 89, and that's just been going all good from there.
What's interesting here is we have a really balanced early game here. Normally, you have some people taking even more of a lead than this. This is getting interesting.
Yeah, a lot of times you see someone kind of run away early, but not the case at all.
Slicks is still at level 5, doing pretty well in the middle of the pack at level 5, though. I think we'll see him play some bigger role later on. All level 6s at the top here, though.
I think you were mentioning, like, going for air early, like, even though you may be under-leveled, still performs relatively decently, and I think we're seeing Slicks kind of abuse that, or not abuse it, but take advantage, rather, of that in this one. Being able to stay midfield in this lobby. And then the difference between a silence and a stun. So with this, if I'm recalling it correctly, silence stops you from casting an Omega, but does not stop you from auto-attacking.
Pretty much.
A stun stops you from doing anything, basically. So with the Earth Staff in particular, it silences the 3 Illuvials, so they can't cast their Omegas, or can't cast their abilities, but they can keep attacking at least.
And from memory, it targets Illuvials you want to target. That's the 3 furthest enemies. The big casters on your enemy team are generally the furthest enemies, so being able to silence them is very impactful.
Absolutely. And of course, gladly take any feedback in regards to the UI as well, mentioning if we can spectate gold and the streaks of the players. It's definitely something that we will relay. Of course, the fact this spectator system is still essentially brand new, and it's still already so good. So we can always keep pushing to keep bringing it to the next possible level. And golden streaks definitely would be an interesting touch.
And this is stuff that isn't as obvious to someone who's not in my current position right now. But it looks like the spectator mode's not draining too much power from the game, from my PC or anything like that either. It's not draining the resources of my CPU and GPU. And so that's making it a lot easier for me to be on the game, be on the spectator mode, and actually stream all the content to you guys and stuff like that. So they've done a pretty good job optimizing it.
Absolutely. One more question from the chat. So in both cases, will the Illuvial continue to gain Omega during the duration? When you're silenced, you'll still gain it off of damage received and your attacks, yes?
Yes.
And then in terms of being stunned, Omega generated from getting hit will continue, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I believe. It's interesting you point that out, because there is a third term that is not common. Not a whole lot of things have it, but you can inflict something called lethargic. I believe water might be in the water synergy. Yeah, enemies become lethargic for 1.5 seconds after using their Omegas, which stops them from actually generating energy entirely, which is its own thing. It doesn't stop Omegas or attacks or anything, but it does stop energy gain, which has its own benefits as well.
Absolutely. Granted, we don't see a lot of water, so we don't usually get to really talk about it. So,
water's quite
granted, some of the... Yeah, there might be a augment that does trigger it as well, but even if you do, it's such a short duration that you don't really see it make too much of an impact. I know personally I've been playing with a lot of heavy water compositions, and even getting 8 water, it doesn't feel like it has that big power spike that some of these other ones, like say the 7 earth, for example, or the 6 air, does right now. So we don't see it a whole heck of a lot. So in terms, we don't really see lethargic much either.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know what's wrong with water quite. I think it's the Illuvials themselves all have such high energy costs that you're not really getting a whole lot of benefit from the energy gain, outside of maybe Riptor. which is doing pretty well. But even then, his energy cost is so low that you're not really getting enough benefit because he just does 2 auto attacks and he has it. You know, so you're not getting a whole lot out of it. But I feel like 8 water, if you had Dualef specifically, I feel like Dualef could really use the energy gain because it basically one-shots anything it casts. But unless it can cast 2 or 3 or 4 times, it's probably not going to win you the game. And so I feel like that would be a pretty good combo. But outside of that, it's not like a whole, like, not that good. Like, Stabber doesn't really need to cast more than once. He just casts once, he ramps up, he's good. And so water is not benefiting him. So I don't think it's so much that water itself is bad, but the alluvials that it's on aren't really taking advantage of it.
Exactly. And of course, still plenty of opportunity for maybe some new alluvials in the future to come in and prove us all wrong, and then we'll be complaining in like multiple years' time about water being absolutely busted. But that is a time that is not right here, right now, as we do see Death Pangu has that untargetable, going to keep them alive. Alner trying to deal with it, but because the Pangu was able to keep themselves safe from that untargetable, that evasive veiling in that fantastic position. Now Alnert, I thought it said 17 for a second there, but at 30, so not much left in the tank here in this first game of our grand final.
Yeah, he's going to struggle. We can see from the replay here. They're going hard. The Penguin is just uncontested the entire time they're doing this battle. It starts to get taken on by Crunk, but it's not enough, and the Penguin's able to heal up enough that it's going to take out the opposition.
Yeah, it never got focused. It never got burst or anything like that. It was just taking chip. So that evasive veiling was able to nicely, calmly pop off and let the Penguin do its thing. And as if the Penguin needs more attack speed, of course, that evasive veiling alongside that untargetable does give it, I believe it was a 40% attack speed buff on top of it. So it just starts swinging for the fences and becomes an absolute menace. As this time, Narkish going up against Fury Hype.
Oh, so Rich is giving me some really good background information that I didn't have before. But apparently Furies almost didn't make it into this competition. He lost the coin flip tiebreaker in the first sit and go qualifiers. And then he played the second and he placed to be able to get a position in here. And Alnert was actually the one that won the coin flip in that first sit and go qualifiers. And so they're got a bit of a rivalry here in this top 8, both making it all the way through the qualifiers after that, I don't want to say controversy, but after that bad luck going through there. And Narkesh also barely made it in by getting into the knockouts, by getting a match with 6 seconds left in the sit and go and placing 3rd in that to actually make it into the knockouts. So some craziness happening for this grand finals here.
And just goes to show how hard these players are working to even get into the IPL in the first place, because like that's an absolute grind. And then the mental fortitude, because the coin flip tiebreaker, that's not the first thing. It's not just like, oh, I guess they're tied. Okay, flip the coin. No, if I recall correctly, there's like 3 separate tiebreakers that come before the coin flip. So for it to come that close and then to get knocked out of contention because of it, there are many people that would just crash out at that point, right? Like, oh, luck wasn't on my side. Flip the table. Screw this game. I'm doing something completely different. No, 4 hours later, locks back in and does it in the next sit and go. Absolutely huge there for Fury Hype, and then for them to then get to play up against Alner now. I bet there'll be a little bit of extra sauce whenever those two play each other, because there'll be that little bit of rivalry, like I said, I'm sure. And that's not even talking into consideration guild versus guild, just player versus player. Of course, all friendly competition in the end, but at the same time, a little extra salt in the wound.
Yeah, there were also a handful of players that made it through guaranteed into the top 32 of this event, which were Mert, Slicks, Fox Spirit, Zico Perico, Fishy, Guizera, Lynx, and Zerhen. We've only seen a few of them go all the way through. We've got Slicks. Was that it? No. Was there a lot of them were in the top 16. Lynx as well.
Yeah, Lynx is here, but I know Fishy didn't quite make it here. As I want to see, does this Penguin do it again? It's untargetable here from Narkish. Is going to come in clutch. And the charm, that stopped the cast. Literally everything perfectly calculated there for Narkish. And the dust.
Yeah, the Quinks is always surprisingly tanky, just really purely because it's getting a lot of heals from things like an Enchanter. Not in this case, but it gets healing from things like Empath as well. It's got the air, which helps reduce the damage coming in as well. And then dust constantly blinding its targets, meaning that this Quinks tends to stay on the board for a long ass time. It's also got an augment to help as well, giving it extra resistances.
Yeah, and that extra little shield, of course, that it passes to its partner every couple of seconds as well is just a little inadvertent heal as well. Just, what was it there? For 100% of resistances. So that tiny little shield that does end up coming out alongside the Empath shield is just absolutely clutch. And Narkish just well on their way to pull off this full rogue Revenant style. Just needs to find one more. Which
the Ramfy is going to go up.
Absolutely fix it. Where is it? There it is, dead center, ready to go. And it even chunks out the Mammoth, and that thing's supposed to be a tank. That is going to leave the door wide open here for the rest of the squad to tear on through. That Polar Bear is doing its absolute damnedest. It will eventually fall, or am I a liar? The untargetable is going to come in clutch once again. But never mind, the bear lives alongside the rest of the squad. Narkish's win streak has been
shattered. Got pulled away. Watch this replay right now, okay? It got pulled away right before it took out the bear. Right before it. Watch this, like the Ranger was about to take out the bear, then it gets charmed away. Right before, and the bear eliminates it, and he needed the bear to take out the Penguin. That was the difference we're looking at here. That was literally the entire difference.
Okay, there's many moments here in Illuvium. We've seen it in the last couple of tournaments. We've seen it right here, right now, where these, like, game of inches kind of styles, dare I say, anime protagonist moments, where you should not be winning that fight, but I don't know, power of friendship or something. You end up winning anyway. It is absolutely beautiful to see in this one.
It's so easy to miss, too.
There's so many
Penguin's
things.
low. It's got Omnivamp items, but they're not coming in yet.
Gone. Okay, little brother just took you out here in this instance, and it's just going to chop you up with the rest of the squad. Revo, good luck with that one. That is a 5-on-1. You're not winning that one, or a 6-on-1 even. Oh dear, Alnert. I did not even realize they're down on 4 HP. If they lose this one, they are out. They did win, so personally, that's going to be the match I want to see up next here. Alnerd versus Fury. So the bottom two here in this lobby right now.
He's got 2 Magma, 2 Harbinger, 5 Bulwark. I love a good Magma. Magma's so good right now. Like, it's not like overwhelmingly broken or OP or anything like that. But it's really consistent and really, really helpful against really specific opponents. I absolutely love it.
And then what is Fury's running at here? I think I see the middle stage Alfie in the back line. So is this Scion heavy? There's even a tiny little Fury in the background as well. So looks like a Scion composition with that Sinalf going to be aiming directly towards that Quinks, which I'm sure is not the target it really, really wants.
It wants the Scoriox. It's only going to take out one at a time. No! The shock, the Octius is going to take out the back, and so now the Sinalf is going to get a direct hit. And it's going to go down, but it took too long to get that second cast off. Exactly what I was talking about before.
And that's the awkward thing, too, here with Scion compositions. You may get so many spellcasters, you may get a ton of mages, but you do not get a ton of augments. Who do you prioritize? And a lot of times it could be an opponent-based thing. If you're going up against rogues and know you're probably going to get popped quickly, you might want to emphasize putting it on the Octia so you know you're at least getting the one shot. But if it's up against something maybe a little bit tankier that the battle's going to last a little bit long, switching it over to the Sinalf or the Dwell for an Alfie line could be huge as well. But you'd never really have enough augments for more than one spellcaster.
Absolutely.
I know as someone who plays a ton of Scion, I struggle with that consistently.
I
am just personally not fast enough to do it.
Yeah, I've been putting a lot of like my pressure, my carry onto the Octius lately because Sinelf just can't get that second cast off in time. And the Octius, the more often it casts, the better it's going to do because it casts twice if it gets a kill, for example. But the second thing is, the longer the game goes on, the lower health your enemies hopefully are. And so it's going to start just like knocking out things left, right, and center right at the back half of that game. And so you want it to be alive. But that's Sinelf. You can get unlucky sometimes, and its second cast is going onto a single target. It's not going through their entire team, and you're losing so much value there. You just can't be having that. The Octius, you're never losing that value. It's always hitting something you need it to hit.
100%. Definitely way more consistent. Granted, the highs of a good Sinelf Omega can probably has a higher ceiling compared to Octius. But does it reach it there very often? Absolutely not. So it's the kind of scary game you have to play as a spellcaster player or a Scion player. But now we have 2, possibly 3 players excuse me, on death's door here. From Hollow Hype down to Fury and Alnerd. And Hollow Hype and Alnerd actually play each other, so I'd be very, very curious to see how this one ends up going here.
He's going to use the synergy crate. What's he going to get?
Yep. Does he find the revenants they were looking for? So I think they had 3. Meanwhile, of course, Alnerd on the other side. It's a beefy, beefy bunker.
It might have been a composite. It might have been a composite imprint. I think he just got Harbinger.
All right, so you got the 3 now. But we'll have to see. Can Alnerd hang on here, or will they be our first one out? There's also the possibility that Hollow, if they cannot win this one, gets eliminated as well. Lots of eyes going to be onto this Penguin, of course, the Death Bangu. Can they find the way through this squad? They've already taken a lot of heat. Rampfight to the left-hand side is only going to tackle the Mammoth, so not necessarily getting the most value as it could have. And we're seeing a lot of these red health bars. They're falling slowly but surely. Does the Internal Hunger finally clutch up here? The Penguins hanging on. There's the big heal. It took a little while, but they get into the fight. Elimination was had. And that is going to be Alnerd falling out of here in this lobby first. But there's still potential for more where that came from. Lynx, even one of the ones that could be on the hot seat going up against Slicks here in this next battle. But Fury also in a very, very scary position with 7 HP left. It's crunch time. The pressure is here.
This is actually crazy. Lynx was competing directly with Alnerd. He needed him to go. Alnerd had the Fireox and the Singe that Lynx were looking for, as well as the Mammoth. Lynx might be able to sell some stuff to get the Scoriox. He gets the Scoriox. He's going to get the 4 Magma on the board. We've seen Magmas destroying Rogues. Rogues are at the top of the board here. The 4 Magma might carry Lynx through to the end here.
Oh, but we gotta get through Slicks this time by. Is that Scoriox going to be enough to push on through with the help of the Magma? The first one's going to fall. It's going to be the Axon doing a decent damage here through the midfield. It's going to take care of 3 on the right-hand side. There is a lot of low health bars here on the red squad. Lynx might be able to hang on. Going to put a lot of hurt onto Slicks, but they just have to deal with this Fur Knight. Without question, the 6 or 7 members here still here for Lynx will get the job done. And now the tables have turned as Slicks is now on the hot seat. Furies has been eliminated in 7th.
Now, I can't remember. Does every individual Magma pool deal damage? Or is the 90 just collective? Because I thought it was each individual one.
That is a great question. At least personally, I feel like it's collective. Like if you're on a pool of Magma, no matter what, you're taking the same damage. I'm not sure if it stacks. If it does stack, I need to know immediately because I would be playing my Magma completely different. I've been spreading them out. But
because we can see Axon did 4k damage off Magma. Oh, he probably did a little bit off his thing, but I would say he didn't do much.
Next battle here, we got Narkish going up against Lynx. Was able to hang on for one extra round. Can Lynx do it again? Here comes the ramp fight. Didn't even really get the damage off. It did not really feel like it. This bunker is not being breached right now. Lynx might have enough, but they have to deal with this Penguin. Goes untargetable. Where does the Scoriox go? That charm there from the Quinks actually pulled it in front of everything. And that support coming from the top is going to be enough here to allow for the Penguin to slice through everything.
Oh,
Lynx
that's so unlucky.
Is out of here.
Exactly 0 HP too. That feels so bad. That feels so bad.
The support from the Quinks not only stopped it in its tracks, pulled it in front so it could be the first thing hit by the Penguin. Incredible turn of events here.
Oh,
incredible
the
play here
untargetables
from Narkish. And the untargetable there as well. Beautifully done.
That is savage.
I feel for Lynx. That one definitely hurts. Feel for Hollow as well. They also were eliminated in that round in 6. So we are down to our top 4 here in our first game of this grand final, with a lot of our players taking a lot of heat. Nobody is dominating this lobby by any means, as we have Narkish going up against Web 3. Here comes the ramp fight one more time. That's a pretty decent damage. I see 2 down in the back line. I think the Rogues might have done it. Can they get there? The Penguin's down to half health, but does it have the firepower to get through this Fernite? I think they do. The charm again. MVP to this dang Quinks on the side of Narkish.
They gotta take out the Quinks. If they don't take out the Quinks, they're so screwed. The Quinks is doing all the work. My God.
We do see Slick's Hype falling out of here as well in 4th place, so that's another knockout. Your podium has been set. It's just a matter of who's going where and sitting in the most proudest seat going into the next game. Narkish getting it, I feel like, would probably be the upset if they can pull this one off. So very, very interested to see how it goes.
By the way, in the Magma fight, I saw the damage numbers popping up on the Penguin after it became untargetable, so nothing was attacking it. And it looked like each second it was taking about 200 energy damage from somewhere, which I have a feeling was the Magma. So it looks like they stacked on top. When you factor in resistances, 4 times about 50, which would be the damage after resistances, is about 200. So I suspect they were all dealing individual instances of damage.
Okay, so I've been playing Magma completely wrong, but as A-okay, I am completely A-okay with being wrong. It means I learned something. So that is completely news to me, but it makes sense. So
I could be wrong, but that's always been my understanding, because I remember when they first released Magma, in one of the articles that says something like, you can choose to clump up your Magma units to deal maximum damage, or spread them out to cover a wider area and help add mitigation to your entire team.
Okay, so this makes a lot more sense why it's so strong in bunker. So that I imagine defensively it does the same thing, right?
I'm not sure. I think it might, yeah.
All right, well that definitely makes a lot of sense and a lot of context given here, as we have our 2 top players going to be going at it, and I think Web 3 is going to be going up against the Ghosts, but they're the ones whose life depends on it. No, they're actually playing Nariba, so it was Narkish going up against the Ghost in this instance here. Web 3 Gaming's lobby life or game life here on the line. They have to hold the line here with this bunker.
He actually gets an extra Magma pool because he has 2 Singes on the board.
Oh,
so
true.
he has 3 Magma synergy buff, but 4 pulls.
But it still doesn't seem to be enough. The big damage dealers on the side
it's going up.
of Nariba
Doesn't hit Blaze. Fernite. Fernite's alive. Singe is alive. Fernite's got Omnivamp.
Potential.
It's got a lot of Omnivamp.
The Octi has missed the reset. The shield came out in time. Wow, Web 3 is going to hang on with the backline coming in clutch.
Absolutely.
Incredible. I didn't even see the internal hunger there on that Fernite on the first go. But I guess the extra damage and the extra defenses from the additional Magma might have been the difference maker in surviving that extra tiny little bit.
Nariba's gonna take the squiz. Really needs that. Gonna try and get that Ophisto on the board. Make a big difference. Probably. He has no Invoker, but it would make a good difference.
I mean, it was so close. Had the Octius been able to take out that Ranger, that reset would have been there, and maybe it would have been able to get that Ferknight closer to being eliminated. And that could have swung the round, but did not have the firepower. So we now have 2 potential eliminations here. There is a world where this could be our final round here of Game 1 of this grand final. Narkish, Rogue Revenant.
He has 3.
Love it or hate it.
3 Magma on the left here and the Ranger. So he's really stacking the pulls in this zone, which is where all the rogues are going to end up. He's blocking the front line though, so Malura can't sit at the front. Still in a pretty good spot, unfortunately for Web3. One of his Twine is going to go down early. The ramp fight not one-shotting everything, which is good for him, but everything's going down pretty quickly. Big spin from Singe and the shield. I don't know where the shield is coming from, but he needed it.
Very close, but there it goes. And this is the glitch. We need to go in and out.
We need to go in and out?
Yep. Good timing, good timing. But it looks like Nariba was able to live. I'm not sure which ghost they were necessarily going after in particular, but they were able to survive. They've got at least one more crack here and maybe stopping Narkish's dominance of this lobby. Or I say dominance, but it's still rather quick and beautifully done. Got right back in here before the round even began. Good speed there, Scoriox. You definitely got the Arcanite buff yourself, don't you?
Yeah. I'm pretty good with the computer. Let's put it that way. I use hotkeys all day, every day at work, so it comes in handy, I suppose.
Well, thank goodness it gets us into the perfect clutch scenario. Can Nariba take out Narkish here? But Narkish has so much damage.
Going down
once again. It's so close. There goes the bear. The penguin was low, but here comes out untargetable. But here comes the ramp fight. It's not enough to deal with the penguin, but the numbers game. It's up to the Malura. It's up to the penguin. Can Octius get one more? Where's the charm? It's coming in clutch. Here comes the Octius from the top rope. Not going to be able to take care of him. Now it's the one-on-one. The Quinks is not going to be able to win this one.
It's barely a one-on-one, man.
Valiant effort. But Narkish, congratulations on your win here in game number 1 of this grand final.
So insane. It took so long for the ramp fight to kill that Quinks at the start there. And then we've got the Penguin doing well, healing up just enough to stop the ramp fight from killing it. Taking out the Seer in a really tough 1v1, to be quite frank. And the Octius getting targeted before the other 2 there made a huge difference. If the Octius got targeted third in that last bit there, it would have been a really different outcome, I think.
Needed at least one more shot. Granted, the healing from the Penguin would have made it difficult. But maybe if they got one more shot there, that could have worked. But
you can't let him heal up like that. You can't let him heal up.
Still so close. All right. I think we're seeing a pattern. Scoriox, what the heck do we do about penguins?
The Penguin is so good because I believe when it omegas, it gets range, doesn't it? It gets attack range. I think that's one of the scariest parts about it. If you can stand in a spot where things aren't coming to fight it, it's so overwhelming.
Yeah, and it feels like it's always the last thing to get attacked. And I mean, the players, I feel like we're playing it right too. So many of those fights, the Penguin was relatively focused. But again, you had that extra little safety net because they had the evasive veiling on it, which of course gave it the bonus attack speed on top of that, which just let it go absolutely nuts.
Any player that's going for the Penguin or knows the Penguin's going to be in their team at some point is consistently giving it an item that makes it untargetable at some stage. Not always evasive veiling. I think there's another one that does it as well. And they're just doing everything they can. Yeah, I think Iron Shroud. Doing everything they can to make sure that it has evasive at some point.
Yeah. And have that extra little support there from the Quinks as well. I think that was 2 players we've seen just make those Quinks work very, very well. Because I mean, we get a lot of shout-outs to the DPS kind of characters of the game, whether it be your spellcasters, your scions, or your rogues or fighters. It's easy to point those out in regards to like finding their value. But I love seeing when a support has the opportunity to pop off, and then we see it like live actually happening there. And there was a few times in that game where just the Quinks was going absolutely nuts, saving the team on multiple occasions.
Yeah, so we're going to see Narkesh has been having a crazy run today. We've been saying him play really, really well. I must admit, like he's doing really incredibly well today. And we're seeing that play out where Narkesh has got, came first in that match, Narebo on second, Web3 on third, and Slicks in fourth. Link's also been having a really great day, but coming in fifth there, Hollow Furies and Elner bringing up the rear. They've got to really come back here to try and make it into these, to try and win it out. But Narkesh currently in the best position to win this event. It is not a checkmate format, so every point really matters so much more. And you're going to want to come first, second, or third every single round if you can to try and take that #1 position and get pretty much a guaranteed entry into the World Championships here. So they're really fighting it out. They're almost into game 2 as well. So
can I bug you for a favor before we hop into this one? And it's in regards to the score sheet. I don't know if you happen to have it available, but could I either bug you for it or can you throw it into the YouTube chat? Some players are wanting to take a look for themselves if it's a public document.
The IPL one?
The IPL one, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea if it's public information. I'm assuming it is, but...
Oh. Yeah, we'll double check, and if it is something public that we can share, we'll absolutely do so.
He posted it in the arena chat, so we're good. I'm going to send it to you in Video Ninja. I can't afford opening YouTube without potentially crashing everything. But you can chuck it in chat.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Shiv, there you are. My apologies. I said I'd grab that a little bit sooner and completely forgot. There we go. All right. So 1 down, 2 to go, and game 1 was already a banger. So this is worth staying up for. I'm very happy to be here.
It's intense. It's intense.
Which reminds me, I was supposed to grab a coffee like 3 hours ago, but I never did. But it's okay.
It might be too late to grab one now.
Oh yeah,
might be dangerous.
I would be doing an all-nighter if that was the case. All right, we're going for game number 2.
We are actually going to get Crystal Shores in this game. Illuvium from draft rounds are replaced with their Stage 2 version.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love to see it. Players might not, but I love to see it.
I like it. It's one of my favorite ones. It does put you in a box a little bit, so I get why some players probably don't like it. It's very high. Yeah. If there's like a really good draft round and you were like at the top of the leaderboard, other players can power spike and knock out your win streak, which feels kind of bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting.
Adapt or lose.
He's just grabbing everything in the shop, reorganizing his Illuvium so we can see them a little bit better.
I know personally I have to do that as well. One, just so it stops bothering me when I look at it and see Illuviums all over the place unorganized. But I lose track of everything so quickly. We already have some augments being committed here. Vorpal Crest coming on through, so this one requires snowballing. Otherwise, you don't really get a whole heck of a lot, really.
I don't think I've ever used Vorpal Crest before, but if we look at the stats for it, it actually gives 20% attack damage and 5% crit chance off rip, which is very good, especially for the Lynx, and definitely well worth it. You can see the Lynx doing a lot of damage. Don't forget that the Lynx does pure damage.
Right.
So if you're getting a 20% attack damage buff on something that has 100 AD or whatever, and they're getting that extra 20, but it's being stopped by mitigation resistances and all the rest of it, you're not really feeling the improvement all that much. 20% damage on something that does pure damage, really big difference to the damage output, especially since I believe it's Omega. No, it's Omega doesn't get any boost off damage, only off Omega power, which is quite interesting. But he does get the extra crit, and the crit is also going to do pure damage, so you're getting a big stack there.
And if I recall correctly, the Lynx has the potential to evolve into the Nature Rogue this time as well. So having that crit for the Rogues, I mean, you have enough crit, but even more.
How do you know which one it's going into?
Right-click the links.
Oh, it has it there? Right.
There.
Okay. Yeah, some players might be going for that.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it is there. And let's be honest, every form of the links is an absolute tanky monster. A tanky monster that could also do a ton of damage is definitely going to be sought after. And considering that rogues were kind of popular already, I would not be surprised if the links is going to be fought after rather often here today.
The Lynx's power levels are offset by the fact that it doesn't get any composite synergies. But they can be pretty contested, so you've got to be really careful when trying to grab these Lynxes to see what other players are going for. But if it just naturally comes to you, it can be a very big advantage to your team. He is going to get the nimble Lynx here.
All right, there we go. So now this thing is going to start diving in like a traditional rogue, and it does. The Omegas change ever so slightly depending on which one you have, of course. And I think it's a 1, 2, 3 swipe here for the rogues, and I believe each one can crit. So what's better than critting the one time? How about 3? That would be impressive. And they already have 4 rogue as well, so the composition's already starting to come together.
Yes, they get 26% extra crit chance on top of, what is it, standard 25 or something? He's currently got 56% chance of crit. With the 5% from Vorpal.
Yeah, Narkesh just got shredded, so damn, that squad's doing work right now.
Although the downside with upgrading your links early is you actually lose the pure damage effect.
That is true. But hopefully in this instance, you just make up for it with crit.
Hopefully. He's definitely getting some big benefits from the crit, and it's coupling together well with his Vorpal. He's critting every second attack. And his crit amp is sitting at 150%, but it will go up with every kill.
True. Well, we're talking about Lynx, but we weren't talking about the player. How about Lynx PQP? Having a little bit of a harder start to this one, down to 18-9 already.
Double ace.
Double AC 130s. Okay, why not? But
everyone,
bombers.
I don't know if this is a bug or not, but everyone is currently level 4. People are trying to make sure they don't take a really big lead so they can get a good draft round, maybe?
That would be very wise, to be honest. If everybody is trying to, like, not lose streak, but at least not win. Okay. Don't know, or maybe, because I know, if I recall correctly, level 4 or level 5 was it that you get 10% towards Lynxes. If you really wanted to push Lynxes, that could be potential. Because I've seen a lot of single Lynx. Yeah. Oh. Now we're finally getting some. And then Nariba on the 4 streak, Hollow on a little bit of a win streak for themselves as well. Be very curious if those two have to play each other at some point.
I reckon they'll play each other next. I reckon they'll play each other next.
This is usually what happens. I kind of like inadvertently commentators curse them to now have to play each other.
Absolutely.
But we, of course, have the draft beforehand, which, of course, has those beautiful Stage 2 Alluvials compared to the usual Stage 1s.
I really like that skin on Nariba's drone. What do you think it is?
Ooh.
If anyone he doesn't know, all Alluvials are NFTs, but you can actually destroy the NFTs to get really cool cosmetic items for your ranger, for your drone, and take them in, show them off against others. If you want, it gives you no advantage in the game, obviously, but some people enjoy it.
Hey, we know skins get wins, right? So, absolutely, get the skins. But I know personally, that's what I've just love having my Illuvium Zero plot for. The things just farms me out blueprints to make the skins constantly, and I get to make my own stuff. One of the things that drew me into the game in the first place, and still love it. But in regards to which one that is, I could not tell you. The only one that's blue and yellow, I think, is the Atlas.
It could be a Halcyon C one from Live and Beyond. but my guess would have been Atlas.
That's the thing. Anything Illuvium Beyond might surprise me, or any of the special events ones. I know your Ranger suit actually surprised me earlier today as well.
The G-Shock one.
And
I love it.
Yeah, G-Shock. That's a beautiful one. But Hollow and Nariba dodge each other this time, so I didn't curse this one into action, at least not this time. Double rogues playing with each other. Did that Axon just jump? Oh, it does have the rogue on it as well. It's like, why is the Axolotl jumping already? That is surprising to me. But the one thing that is also jumping is Nariba continuously jumping to the lead. Another very convincing fight here for Nariba. Now they play each other. Here we go. Nariba versus Hollow.
I'm missing out on the draft deck, unfortunately. We're going to see Greater Monkey and Kukulus come out from Slicks. I mean, maybe I'm missing out on the draft deck. No, maybe I'm not.
Here, try to click Hollow. There we go. Yeah, it kind of lagged a little bit for the moment, but now we are back here, and these teams could not be any more different. We've seen the rogues come out here from Nariba, and we see the heavy nature style coming out here for Hollow. 6 nature, 2 verdant, and we really haven't gotten to see verdant a whole heck of a lot here today, I feel like. But I'll ask you a little about it after the fight, of course, between these two. Waiting for the links to get in there. It's completely loaded up on augments, and right now Nature Verdant is holding the line in a beautiful fashion. That Axon's trying to stand its a tank here for its other links, but the little links is actually taking care of the nimble links coming out here from Nariba, and Hollow Nature Verdant is going to win this one.
Damn, so much healing. Like early on, this 2,500 in healing. Oh my god, it's dangerous. And 6 nature. I honestly thought rogues would do enough damage to break through that level of healing. I did not realize just how good it is early on in this game. Between the shields and everything, it's just so hard to break that.
Absolutely. I know personally, whenever I try something verdant, it feels like it's never enough, that my team still manages to get shredded. But it felt like Nariba's rogues just all jumped simultaneously into a brick wall.
Well, the big difference is early on here, you can take out a DPS or 2 quickly enough, and then they don't have enough damage to take you out. Plus, it's very smart of Hollow to use the Lynx. The Lynx is the best damage dealer early on in a Illuvium game. Now, it has drawbacks, so you don't necessarily always want it. But having it on a team like his with the Verdant is invaluable, because you need damage on the team or it won't work. And this Lynx has plenty. As long as you keep it alive, obviously.
Style points for the Dark Hollow on that as well. Beautiful. But
I really want one.
It's so nice.
Oh no, how cute is it?
Lynx is actually one of my, or is my favorite animal in real life as well. I love the fact that they're in the game, and the Hollows. That extra little cherry on top.
My favorite animal is penguin.
I would have to cuss you out, but so is my wife's. So I cannot cuss out a penguin. You're safe this time.
My second favorite animal is a turtle. And the third is, I think, axolotl.
They could not have been any more different, but at the same time, beautiful in its own
They're
right.
3 aquatic animals. They are so similar.
I mean the style. I guess, yes, they're all water types, but I mean... more so bird, reptilian, or whatever. But I guess the other similarities. You can tell it's 3 a.m. here for me, okay? Give me a break. No, but... interesting to see that Narkish is, of course, our winner from game number 1 of this grand final. Having a bit of a harder time here to start things off, unless it was the loser streak to try and maybe abuse, or not abuse, but take advantage of the Crystal Shores. But
this
2 of our top players now, it's just still holding the line for such a long time. But now the tanks are starting to fall, but at the same time, there's only that Malkir for damage, but it might just be enough. The Refo actually sneaking in from the right-hand side as well, doing a pretty decent job And I think the snowball got rolling just enough here with that bait sealer on that monk here. They're going to be able to get the job done. The additional help from the Revo and the Winks.
He's got the 6 air right now, so he could not break through it. The monk here was air as well. It's just, you don't stand a chance after that. The twine lasted a long time, but it can't hold on forever, and he can't do any damage against 6 air. Plus, he must have lost the links pretty early there. I don't even know what happened to the links. Without that, he cannot win.
Yeah, they were leveled down in that fight too, but yet still won it. It was 6 versus 5, so nicely done there for the monk here and the rest of the squad to pull on through. Let's go for our next NPC round. And of course, unfortunately here, Narkish is going to be at the very, very bottom alongside Lynx. But Slicks and Hollow leading the charge with 94. Just wait for the final boss. Yes, give it a few more rounds, and we will have Death Pangu, I am sure.
Ooh, Fury's going to get a rake. And a Quinks. Going to hit a mini power, a pretty solid power spike there, actually, now that I think about it. Doesn't have Greater Gorilla or Chukul. He gets a stabbing as well. Doing some heavy rolling here. You're going to see level 7 come out from Lynx. Forest from Hollow is insane and perfect for his nature team. He wants the 4-ramp path so bad. He's going to put off some really weird... He's going to take out the Fern instead of the Nature Tipo, which I don't know why you wouldn't swap those two, but that's just me. He's going to get rid of the Heady for now. He doesn't need it for the 4 Bulwark. Great combination here, but with that Forest, he is going to be looking
got targeted so hard.
Did the Forest just go down first?
Immediately. I think that they were so focused on rolling or positioning their bench that they did not necessarily realize that they were going up against a bunch of rogues. There was no tank in the back line at all to catch those rogues. And you were just talking about the rake as well. That was a little bit of too realistic nature with how much that bird just got shredded there. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it should not have been in the back. Hopefully he fixes he's up against another rogue. Hopefully he fixes it up now, or he's in trouble.
Question from the Twitch chat, or not the Twitch chat, just the chat in general here. If 2 Aegises stand next to each other, do they share stats or do they go to the next non-Aegis unit? Do you happen to know?
Pardon? Say it again.
If you have 2 Aegis units standing closest to each other, do they share their stats together or go to the next non-Aegis unit?
I believe they share it to each other. I don't think they mind.
Okie dokie.
Their closest ally.
That myself.
Now,
yeah, just as close as...
What I learnt recently that I did not realize before is when it comes to distances, right? Because it says closest ally, right? It's actually based on the center of a given piece. So if an Aegis unit is touching 3 units, the smallest one of those 3, the smallest in terms of size, will be the one that receives the buff.
Okay, good to know.
And it's worth noting that the Ranger is pretty much the smallest unit there is. I think the Fern is a little bit closer in this case. But for the most part, your Ranger will get things if you have it close to a lot of different stuff.
All right, good to know. That's definitely intriguing, and I'm realizing I probably, most certainly, mispositioned my units with that in mind, trying to use Aegis. But we did see that time there, Hollow did get the positioning necessary to catch the rogues. However, still ends up falling in that one. So a little bit of a shift now towards our top. Alner is now leading the lobby, which I'm sure they're kicking themselves for now because they get last pick here on the draft. But leads the lobby with 89. Narkish still at the bottom with 52.
He takes Chukul mostly for the nature imprint, I would suspect. Although, maybe not?
They did not have a whole heck of a lot of choices to really pick from. So, just getting that extra little health with the nature buff might have just been the best thing possible.
How is he leading the lobby? He's got 3 dust, but this team doesn't look that good. Oh, he's got 2 enchanter as well. Okay, okay. I see. Great combo with the Earth Silent Earthgrass Scepter. This is like the perfect setup for it. Nature dust. I'm liking to see that. A lot of Dark Hollows.
Power Ascent on the Axon here. And then Fury just got powered up to the Furiox, it looks like, as well. So, I mean, it may not necessarily be all in on a certain type of style, but I mean, there's a lot of like solid team building here, but that Axon will fall before Power Ascent triggers, so they're going to be kicking themselves for that one as they go up against
Remo's gone down.
All eyes going to be on as the tank does fall, but look at the Forest still firing away in the front line. The Variox is finally going to target this thing down and take it out, but it's backline versus backline. More bodies here on the side of Hollow, but at the same time, the firepower of the Furiox might be too much. No, it gets focused pretty well immediately, and the Ranger is going to be last to survive, so Alnert is going to end up falling here.
The Fate Sealer gave him that win. Without inflicting clumsy on everything from the Fur Knight, there's no way he would have won that fight. Like, really, just look at him inflict the clumsy here to stop his opponent from getting all of the air procs, all of his crunk. I think he had a crunk at one point. He couldn't get the blinds off or anything like that. The Quinks went clumsy. That's the Quink. The Quinks was the last bastion there. But inflicting clumsy, it's going to do a whole lot of work here.
No, that's absolutely, that's the dream scenario really there as the support alluvial in that instance, inflicting clumsy, because yeah, everything that you were firing at, everybody else happened to be firing at. It's almost like it had focus on it as well. The timing was just perfectly done.
Yeah, I think the way they were positioned though, they were really, they were going in one at a time, and maybe with different positioning, he could have survived a little bit better. We saw the Axon before in the last match. The Axon went down straight away, like you said, because it was directly in front of everyone. He didn't split it up amongst his bulwarks at all, and it's cost him a big win streak, I think.
Absolutely. Now with Slicks versus Alnert, look at this dang polar bear off to the left-hand side. It was hanging on for so long, but now that the Furiox is on there, and I commentated curse the polar bear, it was doing so well. I pointed out it gets absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Alnert going to win the battle between the top two here and take the lead back here in this lobby.
I think where Alnert's really excelling here is his front line is surviving for so long. He's got Bulwark on the Quinks as well, and the blinds from Dust, that they're not getting onto Furiox very quickly. And if Furiox can ramp up like it is, Chrono Flux and Mindstorm, he's going to be scary. Mindstorm giving him attack speed and a Mega Power being converted into attack speed when he uses his Omega, and the Chrono Flux attack speed, I think is terrifying.
Absolutely.
Ooh, Terran's back. All right, let me add you back to the stream. Oh.
Game 2 of Grand Finals.
Alright. The last time I tried to add you, the last time I did studio mode, it broke the OBS, so I don't want to do that again. Alright.
That's correct.
I'm gonna have to really quickly break the stream. Alright, hold on.
Just a second, but we'll get you back in here. Oh, good.
There we go.
What's up, guys?
You're getting to the sweet spot here, too. We are right around the corner from some players possibly being in elimination range, too. Maybe about another round or two, so you're getting here just in time.
Epic. Yeah, crazy. I mean, Nariba and Nakash, top two. Nakash, bottom two at the moment. Nariba just at the bottom of the half.
Look how slow the head he walks. Crazy.
It's so slow. It's brutal.
So Rebo going to get out of there, but taking the Octius or the Squeeze shot attack. Furiox needs to kill that Ramfy. It's going to take out the Jokul soon, but it's not enough.
Not enough.
No.
Too many Alluvials in. Squeeze on 67 HP. Jokul on 400. Actually, Jokul has a lot of health. The hell? Yeah, okay, Jokul's doing well.
I've mistaken for the longest time when I was first getting started. I thought Jokul was a tank. I mean, it might as well be.
He's a little bit.
It's not.
Yeah, no, I mean, dependent on augments and stuff, and I think Joe Tun could act more like a tank. But yeah. Yeah, so have we been seeing any? We're still seeing the rogues. Like, is that just clearly the meta?
They're not necessarily winning, but when the penguin has the right augments on it, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but we talked about it before. So this guy's got a slap and a rake on the board.
This team coming out here from Lynx is actually kind of odd. You do have a handful of, or not the handful of rogues, you do have the ramp fight in the background completely loaded up, ready to one-shot with Omega Power, but it's also paired up with a bunch of Scions. We're going to be looking for the Alfie to fire off across the entire board with the ult on top, and it gets absolutely nothing, actually, at least a ramp fight anyway.
The ramp fight hasn't even cast. The ramp fight
didn't even need to.
Yeah.
Lynx, what is this team?
What was the damage? Could we see the damage?
Yep.
From the opponent.
And
so
it was the
Artes.
With the Leviathan's
it does
Fury,
have
which didn't
that'll
even do
do it.
anything. There's no pure damage on there. It's all energy damage.
Those numbers don't even seem big. That's kind of crazy.
No.
Just consistent across the board, I guess. I don't know. That's really odd.
Yeah.
He took a lot more. He took a lot more damage than that. He took 3,000 thing.
Huh.
So maybe that is bugged. Don't know. I've never seen that before.
We
Usually-
do have somebody on the bubble now, though, following them right now. Fury
Against
went
Nakash.
for the Rogue Revenant, but did not get the 4th Revenant. Let's see, can they hang on here? Narkish, of course, coming off of the win, and that's the last.
Oh, he's going to take
game.
out that squiz early, which is good. That's some big DPS.
Yeah, that's.
He's going to have to take out that Scoriox. Has Leviathan's Fury on it. He's not going to blind the correct target. You've got to blind the Scoriox. Ramp fight's on it.
Yep.
He's got
The
it.
Penguin in the ramp fight.
Oh, actually a
should
pretty
be.
good Omega there.
No, I mean it's.
There
Both
it goes.
Omegas didn't really do much, but not important. Yeah.
But with that, Fury is going to hang on for at least another round here. Web3 Gaming also in position to possibly get eliminated from this one if they do end up losing this next round.
Come a long way in this
Pressure's on
tournament.
for these players.
Yeah, he really wants to do well here.
Hollow's got that gnarl, so it's ready to catch these rogues essentially by itself. How does it position? No, it's got the Singe back there as well, so it has a little bit of backup. DPS on the front line, tanks in the back. Normally the reverse of what you would want, but of course it's rogues. And they don't play by the rules, so neither should you. As we now see the gnarl taking care of 2. That ramp fight's in a pretty decent position. The Voto's going to get caught in that ramp fight ult as well, but it is basically just going to shrug it off as best as possible. The blind is doing work. The Blazonite also doing work. Here comes the second ramp fight. Now it goes down. But what about Blazonite? Does it have enough power to do it? Not a chance. And it's going to be a solid shot.
Yo, Furies is holding
win.
on, you know. Furies is holding on tight.
Web3 coming in 8th here.
Yep, first elimination.
We're going to see a Rake and Octius and an Artes.
No, it's Crystal Shores.
What does Furies need? He needs the Rake or the Octi. He's going to take the Octi. Did he even have an Octius? No. Maybe he's trying to stop others from getting it? I really thought he would have liked to take that Rake.
That Rake would have been a big one, yeah.
Nareba did get the Rake. Didn't have one yet. He really needed it. He's got full road comp, no Rake. So big for him.
That's huge.
One thing I did wish we saw a bit more of was emoting during the carousel. That's always good fun.
Feels odd. I can't remember what augment had on it. Maybe the Octius had a really good augment.
It had the red one.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what he was after. The gold on the red one.
I'm sure there was a lot of others that had. I think the fact that he's
yeah, but you can sell it for more than anything else on that carousel.
Yeah. It's funny. I was just about to say just before he sold it, I was like, it looks like he's holding on to it, so he might be trying to stop others from getting it, and he sold it just before I said that. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I believe it only actually goes. I believe it only goes into the shop the turn after. So if people roll for it right now, they can't actually get it. The shop is determined at the start of a round, as far as I'm aware, mostly.
But regardless, it goes back into the pool. Which
yeah, now it does.
Don't really mind. Yeah.
That's definitely a strategy, though. I don't know if it's necessarily a good one because you're kind of sacrificing some of your economy to do it. But I know if I was playing Scions, I would still buy Ramphys just to get rid of them. I would never use it. I would just buy it just so that nobody else could because it was probably one of my harder counters.
He's got a rogue comp, so the Scions aren't really a threat to him.
Yeah.
Getting rid of fighters or like a Forest or something, I could see that for sure.
Yo, he's still sitting on a Rhoda, by the way. Like, he hasn't actually got that up to a stage 2 yet. Obviously, he's at a much higher level now, so the chances of rolling tier 1s are a lot less. But, yeah, crazy.
It's going to be difficult.
See, Fury, you've got Twitch chat on your side. They want to see you win this one.
He's got 2 stage 2 Penguins now. He's got 2 Laluras as well. He'll be pulling off a big Vanguard soon if he can survive. Ramfire in perfect spot.
Right from the corners. It's going to get about halfway done, but nobody falls.
He's going to cast again.
A big cast.
Oh, it's down.
Wait, nope.
No. Taken down.
Oh, no, Fury, this might be the end of the road.
I think he's gone.
The Penguins are gone. The Lalura is gone as well. Fury hype will be taken down. And
yo, Nariba's just on his last legs as well.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, Leviathan's Fury on a Monarch is crazy.
What's that? What's that purple augment?
It's the Shield Breaker. No, wait.
No, the purple one. Chronoflux. Yeah, Chronoflux is maddening, man. That's just crazy.
I feel like giving
I
feel like giving the 20% attack damage is a little OP.
I love seeing the Scoriox with a Chronoflux. It just turns into a Gatling gun, and it's just
yes,
yeah, it's just insane.
He's got the Slasher now that Fury's has gone down. Must have waited for that, then rolled hard. Or maybe he had it already. I'm not sure. To be honest. Axodon in the front, going for Tsunami.
Oh wow, we haven't seen too much Tsunami.
It'll be hard. I believe he needs a stage 3 on the
yeah
on the ebb.
I mean, I wonder if Tsunami's even a viable.
No, it sucks.
In what way? Yeah, I was wondering in what way could it be viable.
It's the worst synergy in the game right now. If you had a stacked enough Axodon, maybe, but yeah.
Which is a shame because I think that energy regen could be a cool.
Oh my gosh, that Omega.
Okay.
What did I just miss?
Okay, you got that replay by chance because we just saw Nariba.
Let's find out.
Fight until he didn't. Like an absolute crazy ordeal here. Spazzing out a little bit on my screen here.
Oh my god! Why did that thing do so much damage?
Double Apex Supercharger is a good place to start, though that's a lot of Omega power.
Yeah.
Did they have Phantom? I can't really tell, but yeah, either way, that hit like a truck.
He starts off with 225.
Narkesh on 15 health. Let's go and check Narkesh out. So Nareba and Narkesh, top 2 in the last game, about to be knocked out. Narkesh about to be knocked out. Bottom half of this match.
Going up against Hollow as well. If Hollow drops this, they'll be on the.
He's playing Hollow's Ghost. So
Leviathan's Fury on the Firiox. Going on to Blotto, but it's too tanky.
Yep, Narkesh is out. Right. Yo, they're dropping like flies at this point.
No one's got a crazy win streak. Hollow has a little bit of one.
The script is writing itself here for a fantastic Game 3 of a Grand Final, considering we're having a lot of our players that did well the first time not necessarily
It's completely
Doing
flipped.
it
The
here.
script is completely flipped.
The only outlier here
It's
is someone who would absolutely love to get some revenge after last week, and it is Slicks.
100%. Lynx is just consistent. Like that's Lynx
Very
is
true.
Consistent.
On the bubble now here, possible elimination at hand if they are not careful. If Lynx going up against
Let's switch it up to
Slicks.
Lynx Scoriox. He's
right.
on 8. Let's see if he makes it. And
Scion
he's up against Slick.
Sinelf is going to take on the fighters. It's the dream. He's so screwed.
Yeah,
Oh no!
He's going to cast.
Oh no!
Yeah, not enough. That was horrible.
That was hard to watch, to be honest. Oh my god, Kukarak going down in one hit.
Big cast by Ramfire.
He's got 1 health left.
Yeah.
He's got 100. He's healing slowly.
No, he's not. He's done. That's it.
It's
The cast. Can he cast? He got it cast.
He's holding. He took Slicks
that was
out.
enough.
Slicks is out.
No, he's alive. He won. It's just really buggy
Slicks-
sometimes. I don't know what to
Slicks is
tell
out.
you.
Slicks is out.
Yeah, Lynx lived, according to our sidebar here.
Yeah. He did. It's just, I don't know. Yeah.
All right, let's keep an eye. It doesn't. Yeah.
I was trying to. It just keeps switching it.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
He's so close to Ramfire. He needs it.
It's right there.
Yeah.
But he's in PvE round. He surely gets it.
Yo, that double. Well, what's the name of the
Apex.
augment?
Apex Supercharger.
Yeah, the double Apex is just ridiculous at this point.
He's got 37% crit chance because he's a Megason crit from Phantom, right?
Yes.
So he can crit on the 200%. He gets 900, then the crit to 1500-ish. Gets higher after 7 seconds. And the crit amp actually increases. No, he gets Omega Power when he crits, so it'll actually be like more like 250 Omega Power. He's doing good damage here.
Quick question from the chat. Is there an attack speed cap?
Yes, 250.
There is.
There we go.
It's the same as League of Legends, actually.
Yeah, look at that. He's just one ulti killing everyone. He just needs to
rely so much on the ramp fight. That was scary.
He needs to keep it alive, position it well, and that's.
Ooh, he's Gazatep. Nice.
By doing it this way, though, he did not leave themselves much of a safety net. Granted, Spellcasters or Spellweaver's Aegis does give you that little bit of extra shield, but you have no Ion Shroud or Evasive Veiling for an untargetable. There's Rainfire.
There it is.
It's here to play
And
alongside the Monarch.
And a Monarch. Crazy.
Lynx, can you do this from 8 health and go all the way? Setting up to dive directly into the bunker with next to no safety net.
I feel like it's almost too aggressive.
I don't think that's not good positioning. Half of it's
No, but if he moves things away enough, Ramfire could go in after Nile moves.
Yeah,
Where does it jump?
It's not a bad spot.
Not bad.
That's a good spot.
He's got the Omega Power.
Positioning. It's going to live. It's going to go. And it's
Oh!
going to blow everything up, leaving only the Blotto. And there's just too many bodies.
No, and that Blotto. Bye-bye, Blotto. Bye-bye, Blotto. Oh, my goodness. That was a team wipe and a half from essentially one alluvial. Ramfire. Craziness.
Holy smokes. I mean, it was a risky move, pushing all the chips in like that, but it paid off.
Yeah, the replays are mad janky.
It's because it's sped up, so when I move the camera, it gets even worse.
No, is that Ramfight? I just two
They're coming.
Ramfights available.
That's funny. What do you even take? What is Mud Imprint? Is that even useful for him? No.
Went for the Scoriox.
He got Alnetta got Scoriox. What?
Oh wow, Hollow on 1. Wow, Link's on 8.
1 HP in a dream.
He's got 2 heavy fire comps up against this nature comp.
What
He's
is
so
that?
screwed.
Why is there just 1 alluvial on the board?
It's
I know
a bug.
there's like a strat with taking.
No, it's a bug. You see all the glitching here?
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a visual bug, unfortunately, here for this time, but it'll go away. Once the actual battle starts, they'll pop up.
Okay. I did hear of a strat where regarding composite crates and stuff, you take your alluvials off and put them on the bed. Like, how do you guys know how that works?
Yeah, it's all tailoring. So I'll explain in a second.
Oh,
my god! You can't let him in there.
That Rampire is priority. You got to bring that down before it even breathes.
You can't let him in.
That was just a ghost round.
So, Hollow, did they win? Did they win theirs? They're still battling it out, so we'll have to see in just a moment's time. Here, get the zoomies real quick and see how this one finishes. Oh, this is actually stupid close here. The Scoriox in the background there.
Can't attack. It's not attacking. It's stuck.
No!
It's stuck.
Not like this! Oh my god, not like this.
He stuck it and he lost.
Reload.
Oh, no, he didn't lose. He's fine.
Menu glitch.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Menu glitch.
Not like this. The poor Scoriox, it's in the background. It wants to go.
It's being held back.
Oh. To all you MMO players that scream about being held back by your healer, this is the one time where that was actually valid.
He's put the Scoriox at the front, doing everything he can to avoid that Ramfire.
Yeah, that
Titanor.
the Titanor to counter it, but the Omega is just too much, man.
He's got the invulnerable. He's going to slow it down.
Pinned right in the corner.
I think the Omega is going to have the right spot. Oh my god, what took it out? Scoriox is down.
The Alfie.
The Optius took it out.
Oh, he rogued the Sin Elf and it deleted Scoriox.
Was it it was Shock.
They paired up. They tag teamed.
It was a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
They're still in.
Well, 8-5. This is whatever happens. This is the final game of this match.
Yep. One way or another, Game 2's ending right here, right now. That was crafty, but now they might expect it.
Surely he swaps the Scoriox at the last second. It just needs to not take the Sin Elf beam. And if he swaps it, it might actually target Octius first. This is going to be interesting. There's a lot of mind games going in here. Titanor in the middle for safety. Scoriox also in the middle, just in case he puts the Sin Elf on either side. Scoriox should hopefully not take it.
Yeah, but that Rampire...
Swapped.
That
he
Rampire
swapped
is
it.
going to hit.
It's going to go straight through the Scoriox to hit the Seer. He's going to take double the damage. Oh no. It's going to the back corner. That I did not expect.
It bought it some time.
Rampire's a mega miss.
Oh, it's missed the Scoriox this time.
Scoriox is taking it down.
Gonna take it out.
Oh,
and it doesn't have enough.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look, Anus,
that was an insane finish.
Owlet Phantom, 8th place in the previous match, pulled it all the way back. Great adjustments, took this game.
Man. Just the subtlest of positioning made it so that Sinalf could not get the target it wanted. The first one going into the TNT was huge. And then I think you were saying Rampfire got absolutely no value.
Nope, nothing at all.
Its first Omega.
Yeah, nothing at all. And got shut down just before, or even in the middle of the animation of the second. So not really doing what it was supposed to do. And when a hard carry gets shut down like that, there's not much you can do.
Well, that was definitely exciting. It was really cool to see the mind game was being put in there. I never expected to see a rogue pistol shrimp today, but I mean, I'll take it. I love to see it.
Pistol shrimp.
That is the big difference between a top player and someone that's just like an advanced or intermediate players. That level of positioning and understanding of the game and where everything's going to be repositioning to. Oh my god, he literally, like, that's what you want in a grand final too. You want to nail the positioning perfectly. Even the best players stuff it up every now and then. Like we saw his same Scoriox get trapped in the corner just before. It was fine in the end, but it almost cost him the entire thing. But then he got it, he nailed it the second chance he had. And that's why you have 2 units of currency in Illuvium. You have your HP and you have your credits. And if you can survive with enough HP, you're allowed to make 1 critical mistake and still manage to come out on top. And that's the exciting part of this.
That was exciting. That was really enjoyable. And the fact that we still got 1 more to seal the deal.
Are we going to be showing the current positioning of the top 8? Or
we sure are.
So as soon as it gets updated here.
I believe
got it locked and loaded. Oh my gosh. Like the entire top 6 is possible.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Furies, apologies, man. A lot has to happen right for you if it is possible at all.
No, he cannot win. He can't win. He can get like a top 3, 4 if he's lucky.
Yeah.
There's too many people that can just even make it into the podium and win this. But
top 6
I swear.
for sure.
What gets crazy now is there's a lot of tiebreakers at play, okay? And for anyone who doesn't remember, some of the key tiebreakers are as follows, right? First off, whoever has the most points wins. Obviously, that's the goal, okay? The second big thing is actually, there's a few different tiebreaks. That's odd. There's a few different tiebreaks, but one of the big ones is actually last game. So I don't think highest placement is actually a tiebreak in this one. I don't think highest placement is a tiebreak in this one, but last game is a tiebreaker. And so if you're tiebreaked with a bunch of other players, but you came first in that final match, you will win that tiebreak. And so really this game is about as hot as it gets. Everyone's so close and so even that they all need to come as high as they possibly can. There's no time for like setting it up so you're top 4. You need to come first in this game if you want to win. If you want to win the IPL points and the prize money.
It's definitely a scary way to have to play it, but it definitely makes it exciting. And the fact that there's 6 players that are mathematically able to be your victor here for this IPL 250. I mean, I couldn't have written a better script myself. It's absolutely beautiful. And I look forward to this next one.
It's going to go hard. It's going to go real hard. They're about to get started.
Amazing.
Love it. And of course, big thank yous.
Oh, yep.
I was going to say, first off, big thank you, Tara, for coming on back here and joining us once again. And then also big thank you to everybody tuning in on regardless of which platform you happen to be watching us on. Of course, with this IPL and with Illuvium, everything has just been extremely awesome. And I want to thank everybody, of course, for having me on as well and enjoying the cast and letting me cast with y'all.
We have a contentious region for this one, guys.
Brighton Steps.
No, we have Halcyon Sea. The waves rise with your momentum. Credits from win and loss streaks are multiplied by 2.
Woo!
This is where you really need to adapt. You can play extremely aggressive to keep that win streak going, or play really passively for the lose streak. But where it's really funny is it separates really fast, because if you're lose streaking against someone that's win streaking, their aggressive play is going to deal you so much damage that you cannot survive it for very long. One of my favorite regions. It's so much fun. I only really like it because I'm actually quite good at win streaking early. But yeah, it's interesting.
I'm a bit of an expert. I'm a bit of an expert at lose streaking, if I say so myself.
You and me both.
So to answer, it got intense back then. But to answer Taryn's questions from before regarding tailoring, okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, there are 2 kinds of crates in the game. There is a synergy crate and a composite crate. A synergy crate gives you a synergy imprint, and a composite crate gives you a composite imprint. Now, how tailoring works is depending on what's on the board, not on the bench, on the board, you will actually get a weighting added to your crates that will change what can come out of them. So if you have, for example, 4 shop, your odds of getting shock are really, really high. So what a lot of players do, to your question before, is say they really want the shock imprint. They might pull off all of their behemoths, all of their muds, all of their other stuff, and leave just their 4 shock alluvials on the board, and hopefully they're going to get it. It's not guaranteed though, and what you leave yourself up to if you don't get it is that you took everything else off the board, so your chances of getting your other things you could need, like behemoth or whatever, are really low, and you're just going to get random shit. And so
yeah.
You've got to either play a mix of things and hope to just get one of them, or try and get like a 70-80% chance of getting the one you really, really want, or you just leave it up to chance. You could do as well, I suppose.
It probably, I'm not sure what the optimal thing is to do, but you probably want to keep like 2 of the priorities on the board, so you've got at least a better chance. Is that a pretty
but the problem that comes with that is every alluvial has 2 composites, right? So if you're leaving up a lot of magma and a lot of berserker, you're also going to whittle in things like your enchanter and all your other secondaries that your alluvials have. And so it can be a little bit hard to really do the maths on it, so to speak. But I tend to go for like, if I have 2 that are like 3, that's kind of what I aim for, or 1 that's 4, or 1 that's 3. But yeah, I've gotten pretty unlucky though. So the tailoring isn't perfect, and I've been really unlucky with the synergies in particular as well. The synergy
you don't want
chips
it
are
to
really
be perfect,
hard.
do you? Otherwise, that kind of just...
Yeah.
Is this Fleech going to take down this bull?
Actually, from memory, tailoring, I think, only actually affects 2 of them. The third one's always random.
Interesting.
Alright, I need another drink.
Oh, we're on
I'm going to go for a sec.
Not a problem. Now, the weapons themselves was the thing that I was going to ask about, but if I recall correctly, I don't think there's any way that you can manipulate the weapons that you get.
Not that I'm aware of. I'm, again, not one of the best players in the world, but yeah, that one I'm pretty sure is pure RNG.
I know, personally, I kind of tried to test it and see if it's worked out. I would flood my early game board with just water to see if I'd get like the water bulwark or the water scion weapon, and
nothing.
End up with earth.
Yeah, I did test this out as well. I didn't get a conclusive result, but the first couple of components that you get, I generally start off the game with a Grucko if I can, and it seems like I'm always getting a shield component to begin with, and I wonder if that's just like pure RNG luck in coincidence that's happening, or if there is something on the back end that says, hey, you are using a bulwark, so I'm going to give you a shield component, which is most beneficial to something like a bulwark. Do you know much about that, or?
I have been so unlucky in the opposite direction that I would be very, very surprised if that is the case, but it very well could be.
Yeah, see, that's I tried to test it out multiple times, but like I say, results inconclusive. So if someone does know, let us know, because that's, I mean,
what's this?
Scoriox, do you know this? We were just talking about the RNG of weapons and how we can't really tailor and figure. I don't think there is any tailoring for the weapons.
I don't believe so. No.
But in terms of the component system, I was saying that I found this a couple of times. I'm not sure if it's just me noticing it or if it's a reality. But in the first couple of rounds, when you get your first components, I'd start the game with a bulwark, and I'd more than often get a shield component. And I'm wondering, is there tailoring to that as well? Where
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was wondering if that was a thing, because I started testing it out with with Dokas to begin with to try and get more of the red ones, and it just wasn't happening. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if it's how accurate that thesis was.
No, I believe it's completely random. In TFT, they do have some tailoring with items, which I think Illuvium might want to add in at some point. Where in TFT, it's got some interesting stuff where... What is that?
That was me, sorry.
That's right. In TFT, it's got some sort of kind of like a mini, like a personal pool. So if you pull for example, like a red component, then only 2 red components are left in the pool. So up until you actually use that red component, you'd actually have less chance of getting more of them, which is the system they have in TFT, and I think might actually come here. I think that's how it works. I could be a little bit wrong, but it's mostly how it works.
Yeah, we're watching. Who are we watching at the moment?
I have no idea. Nariba, I think.
Nariba. Yeah, Nariba with a win streak. Him and Slicks. 2 toxic pretty early on. Pretty good to see. Again, it's the last. It's the last match. I'm gonna pick my favorite. If you guys want to do that publicly, feel free. If you don't,
go for it.
I really want to see Nariba win this. I'm a big fan of the Ola Guild and what they're doing. I want to see them. I don't think any of the Ola members have won any of the IPL weeklies, have they? I'll double check now.
I'm not entirely sure. No, there's only been 2 IPLs so far, so I don't think so.
Yeah. So I think it's for me. I'd love to see it happen, but yeah, I'll leave that open to you guys if you want to add your own.
I'm still a fan of Web3. Fellow creator like myself also lives in Australia. It's an Australian time for him, so I want to see him take advantage of that. I like all these teams. I've been loving watching Lynx and Narkesh, so I would love to see either of them win as well. I love heaps of the people in this setup.
But Web3 Gaming, he's got 7 points and he's currently 7th. Is there any possibility that he can take this home?
Yeah, I mean it would be tough. He'd have to come first. But he'd come first and probably win a bunch of tiebreakers and definitely win for sure.
They would have to come first. Furies would have to get second. And then tiebreakers galore for the rest of it, really.
So it's asking for a lot.
A lot has to line up in their favor. And then for myself, I'm going to end up going with Lynx here. Of course, Lynx being my favorite animal, I'm going to go for it. But other than that, I guess I don't know if this is the motorsports fan in me, but when I see all these teams all over the place working with each other, I respect the heck out of it. But what I love seeing is then an independent come there and be strong, run up there with the big guns, and it's just extremely special when you win as an independent. Yeah. So whether it be Narkesh in this instance or specifically Lynx, I would love to see that happen.
I think Narkesh is kind of cheating a little bit without the tag on it. I'm pretty sure he's part of Ola.
Okay, then even more the reason for Lynx.
Yo, regarding your love for the Lynxes, have you spoken to Jackson before? I think you guys would get along great.
I cannot remember, to be completely honest.
Slick's going to maintain his win streak. Web3 got a little win streak going. And we're seeing Narkesh with probably a pretty big lose streak, I'm assuming. I asked for borders for lose streaks, but we haven't got it yet.
Yeah. I always put like a little sad face, a little crying emoji on there. Happy with that.
That'd be funny.
And yo, the bigger the lose streak, the bigger the tier.
I was thinking more like a red border, but that would be fun.
Chat's getting involved with our player predictions as well. We got some Nariba fans in the chat as well. So there we go.
I see that. Let's go.
And then a solid runner-up if I were to cheat and take a second. I do at the same time want to see Slicks get revenge for last year.
Yes, that one I get. I get that completely. That one I get.
Well, so far so good. He's got a big win streak. Only one with it with Halcyon C. He's level 6 now. So leveraging it, going deep. He's going to get some big units later if he can level up fast. He's got 6 win streak.
It already has the Mammoth on board too, so a little bit of extra crack control there.
This one's going to be a bit of a tough fight. Some good rogues. No stabbing though. I mean, no stabbing. Putting the fighters at the back and try and catch a rogue and kill it quickly.
Okay, yo, sorry, go for it.
2 Valance is a little bit odd. I don't think he's going to have enough firepower with that.
So in the first, I'm just going back and getting some data. So from the first 250, Slicks took home the gold. I'm a Fishy, silver, Web3 Gaming, bronze. And the next players aren't even on in today. Last week it was Moo, Fox Spirit, Slicks. Slicks is consistent.
Extremely.
Zico, Perico, Gazera, and Zyron. None of those guys. Lynx was in. Narkesh was in 7th and 8th. Yeah, crazy. So it is. It looks like we have a very high chance of having someone brand new take home the crown today.
And then to answer chat here, what's the story with Slicks and the revenge I mentioned? So in the IPL 500 last weekend, it came down to the final round. I think it was Gazaria, I believe, versus Slicks. And Slicks looked like they were going to win the round, and one way or another, the Monarch got superpowers and was able to win that one-on-one, which normally doesn't happen. Because of that, it knocked Slicks out in second. And then he missed the tiebreaker for first place by 1 point. And had he been involved with that tiebreaker, he would have had the best placing in the last game, which would have given him the tournament win. So that's the revenge I was talking about in regards to Slicks in particular.
I know there was definitely some strong feelings about it from Slick's end. So,
but I absolutely love the fact like they realize, okay, I need to take a break for maybe a day or two, recoup, and let's get back on this thing. Like I was saying about our scenario before, a lot of people would have just smashed the keyboard and F this game, I'm out of here. And nope, that the true mind of a champion, getting right back up there after taking a small break and now leading this lobby to potentially find themselves a second IPL 250 victory.
And don't forget that we're on Halcyon C, which means it's about to be round 12. He is stacking up the win streak bonus, and that is only going to do more and more as the matches, the rounds go on.
Yeah, Alnert and Lynx now pulling up a win streak. Web3 lost it a few rounds ago, and he's not doing so good. 3 on these two.
The little pop-up came up. Slicks on an 8 streak for that win.
Yeah, wow.
I can't remember where it caps out. It might cap out at 6. I think gives you 3 extra gold.
Oh, 7 is
really?
Even still, that's beautiful.
I might be wrong, so you're probably right, Scoriox.
I thought it was a 6 win streak was the max, but it might be 7. I think it's only 3 gold you get from it, though. I don't think you get more than that. But now it's 6 gold, which is a pretty big deal.
In this case, it's 6.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. That's a huge deal. That's actually major.
Well, to maintain it, you're probably rolling and leveling up quite a bit. So you're losing a bit of econ out. But yeah.
No, one thing I find kind of
jumbo grown.
This looks great.
It's always so funny in the draft rounds.
I'm very, very worried here for Narkish. I think they were one of the ones leading the tournament as a whole, if I recall correctly. I can't remember their first. Forgive me, my memory's completely fried right now. But we're going on round 13. They're already almost at the halfway point of their health pool. That's rough.
Yeah, like I said, if you're lose streaking against a win streaking person, you're going to take so much damage. He is going to get a card Dualox here.
Okay, big
I don't know if that's going to help, but yeah.
The Apon and the Gorilla might, though. Those are exalted.
Oh my god. He's got the mud on. 3 mud. 3 fighter, 2 Zerk.
Kieran must be having a great time watching this.
We haven't seen mud at all today. This is a first.
Yes. No. I don't even think it's because it's bad. It's not necessarily a priority for people.
He's close on the Monkier. Slicks actually has the Monkiers. Big cast from Karadulox, but tanks, they're not very tanky in this game.
As a problem, it may be a huge, beefy Ox, but it still needs augments, and it only had 1.
The Mud Ranger is good, though.
It did well.
But the 5 air.
Too much firepower.
If he didn't have 5 air, the Mud would have destroyed him there. The fact the Mud lost to no synergies is kind of wild. Mud gets hard counted by air, I suppose. And Berserker. Damn. Well, at least he gets to keep his lose streak for 1 more round. Now he knows he's not going to go up against Slicks for 3 or 4 rounds. He can probably win streak on the next 3.
It's definitely possible.
Yo, Slicks against your boy Web3 Gaming, Scoriox.
Should be interesting. Twine at the back. He's got no... Where's his DPS at? He's got a door, Singe. Big Bulwarks. Bulwarks aren't bad against fighters. But his fighters are hitting pretty hard. He's got Leviathan Fury. Oh, it's GG.
Okay.
There's the one thing that can take down the Bulwarks. There's nothing he can do now. He has to stop the Riptor early, but he's lined them all up at the back. And so it's pretty hard. He's going to be able to focus down any individual fighter. Quinks at the front is fun here. He's got the dust and the air on it, so it's going to be a tank. And it's going to blind everything around it.
And he's adding the Cuculus just to back it up as well.
Yep. No Enchanter yet. He's got 2 Berserker now.
And just keep your eye on the Riptorus as well.
It's literally just about to go from right to left and shred unless it somehow gets bursted, which to be fair is kind of low.
Oh, the heal!
Never mind.
Heal.
He needed that heal too.
Nah, it's
the magma. The magma's doing damage. It's gonna go down a magma.
Well, it is down.
Oh my god.
Wow, it's the magma. Wow.
Look at the magma. That's the blue area on these two is the magma. Doing 99% of the damage in this fight. I mean, that is crazy. Elner saved... Oh, who was it again? Sorry, that had it? It was Web3. Web3 saved everyone by taking out that win streak.
Yeah, wow. That's actually major.
And he didn't have magma at the start of that round. He must have rolled pretty hard to pull it or did a good bond or something. I don't know. He did something.
I didn't see the Fern on the other end did also have Leviathan's Fury, so it was able to do a pretty decent chunk. But yeah, that plus the Magma. This tournament, if it's done one thing, it's opened my eyes up to how good Magma is.
Magma is very hit or miss, but in the early, if you get it early, it's like insanely strong.
Or at least how good it can be. I always go into these tournaments, into these casts, like I want to learn one thing at least.
Yeah.
And that's probably, I kind of got, I guess, a bit of a twofer about Magma in particular. Learning now that it actually stacks. I didn't think it did, so I always spread out my Magma when in all reality I should have been clumping it.
Yeah, each pool does its own instance of damage, I believe.
Yeah, so I've been doing that wrong this entire time. That's okay.
Fury's just hit 8. Fury's just hit 8. Safe to assume he's probably still got a fine econ because of all the loose streaking. Let's see if he can bring it back.
So what?
Right along here with our leader one more time.
He's got a second Riptorus. He's got a Rip Lance. Riptorus on the board. He gets the Rip Lance out.
Oh, yeah, wow. And there's no magma to stop him this time.
Nope, this has been a rather healthy Scorpion this entire time. Shoutouts to the Quinks having Leviathan series.
I was about to say that. That's mad. Quinks OP, look at it. Just inflicting clumsy too. It'd be like that sometimes. It's funny.
But I'm very curious. Is this now where Furies turns it up and succeeds? One thing that did just concern me as well, if I recall correctly, Narkish looks like they DC'd.
Oh, no, that's not what you want.
He's got the mud, too. I think he's the mud.
Their name went dark.
Hopefully they come back soon.
Yeah, especially if this was their time to smash the gas and turn it around. Oh, they got back just in time.
He's back.
Okay. Good. I was going to say, not like this. Let's see, Link's in the middle of the field here, but you gotta deal with that damn Scorpion. Wow. So much damage from this thing off. Gotta take care of this Groko nice and quickly as well.
It's so hard to stop him because he's got the air, the 6 air.
True.
No, you don't even need the Scorpion at this point. He's just chilling. He's supervising.
Yeah. It's literally the foreman of the arena.
Yeah. So it was Web3 Gaming that took him out. So I wonder if the Magma trick's going to work again or the next counter to it.
I guess we'll find out. Slick's just got a Cookeraf.
Yep.
He's got Tempest on the board now. 3 Dust, 2 Tempest, 3 Berserker,
solid,
2 Empath, 4 Fighter. He's having a good game. What can I say?
Yeah.
Now, I will admit, I feel like Berserker is like okay, but it's not one of those like... It's not like Frost where you instant win in the end game, right? It's not like incredibly amazing. Leviathan's Fury on Riplance is, let's be real. But I don't feel like he's got a team that wins at the very, very end. So I'll be curious to see how this evolves over the next 5 or 6 rounds.
Like, what is
It will be interesting.
Like, what do they need? Like a bit of a front line of sorts here at this point here?
It's got okay damage. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you need some sort of tanky setup. You can't really pull off Granite. Someone has a C4S, but I wouldn't be shocked if he pulled off like a Phantom later on or something like that.
Can we see what he's got activated?
Or a Behemoth. Yeah, he's got the Mammoth and the Cookraf.
Both, yeah. And his Ranger is obviously the third Dust, correct?
I believe so. Oh, something crashed.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Alright. I'm going to try and force quit Illuvium. It actually didn't crash. It froze.
Okay, hopefully it's just a matter of a quick game reboot and get back into the swing of things here.
It's not even in my task manager. How do I quit it?
Oh, no.
Not what we want to see, Scoriox.
I don't know how to quit it. It's not on my task manager. It still says running.
What would be? Yeah, if it's that crash, then this sucks. We're gonna have to reboot everything.
No.
Just make sure that whenever you close OBS to exit out. Oh, we love it.
It closed eventually, I think.
Okay. That works.
Like on its own, but okay. Now Epic's letting me launch it.
All right, there we go. Okay, we're getting back into it. So I guess the big thing that I was taking note of course, was the fact that, again, Narkesh was doing very, very good across this grand final so far. They're looking like to possibly be one of the first ones eliminated, unless they could turn it around and make it happen here in these next couple of rounds. I believe Fury was also kind of on the hot seat in the 20s in terms of health. And Slicks was absolutely killing it so far. So those are kind of our main 3 things I think they'll look for. Eventually, when we load on in, we'll see anyone get knocked out.
Well, we'll get a nice little surprise and a little bit of burst of information to see where everyone's at.
There we go, and we're still in here pretty much the same state.
Yeah.
But maybe Slicks, or no, his win streak was already dropped.
Naraba's climbed up to third. That's good to see.
Still got a big win streak. Oh no, Web3 just lost his win streak. Hollow has a win streak, but he's playing right now against Slicks. He's got a big penguin, but it got stuck on the Cookeraf for way too long.
That Cookeraf is acting as a pretty... Can we see how much damage? I mean, he's dodging a lot. How much damage is he? How much damage is he tanking? Sorry. Yeah, he's dodging a lot.
Yeah, lots of dodging. If anything, it's the Mammoth holding the line. So beautifully done there. And I know the Cookeraf is specifically an Illuvial that I personally sleep on a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't think much about it until it's like stunning me for 3 seconds at a time. Like it's
and the shield that comes along with it. Yeah.
And Tempest and Enchanter are both great too.
Yeah, I know Cookeraf back in its heyday had a lot of time in the spotlight, and it's kind of being slept on now. It's good to see it highlighted again in this match.
Well, Air's an incredibly good synergy, so...
That was a hell of a combo that just came out there from Slicks as well. Narkesh, they win their game, Lynx loses it. So now we're starting to get in the single digits. We're going to start seeing some eliminations here. And my pick might be on their way out if they're not careful now.
Yeah, let's go and watch Lynx. Let's see how he goes.
Oddly enough, playing 6 Scion, this is something that I would play. So if I need any more reason to cheer on Lynx here. 6 Scion, 3 Invoker, 3 Bulwark.
Big sin off at the back.
He's got the 2
final bounding so that Omega crits now. Or has a chance to, rather.
I feel like that's better on Squiz, but
he's thinking the same thing.
Clearly he's having trouble finding the Octius though, so I don't blame him.
That's a problem, and like since you have the stage 2, if you have the Sinalf, in theory, it does a bit more, but again, there's so much that could possibly go wrong with it being a channeled beam. So it's such a scary position here. Alnert, in theory, could get eliminated too, so we might start seeing some elims.
Is Lynx disconnected?
It looks like they might have DC'd as well. They might have called it here. We'll have to see. The beam's going to come on through.
Oh, it didn't even kill the Fernite.
Yeah,
but he left
it. Does.
He left it up for this. It's a spike in volleyball, right?
Very true. But it does look like the red side here.
Gonna take out our Dorito.
The tank line, though, is right on top of the Scions.
And the Magma's starting to reach at this
Well, he's stacking the Invoker.
Oh! It worked. Narkesh, our first one gone. Alnerts.
Narkesh was coming first. That feels really bad. That feels savage.
Oh, no. Gosh, you're running on the high of leading the tournament, and to go down like that definitely hurts.
Nariba and Slicks were tied before, so one of them has to beat the other one if those two are currently the contenders.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of disconnects. We saw Narkesh, but we're still seeing Lynx disconnected. I saw Nariba disconnect and connect again. I'm not sure what's happening there, but hopefully it's not impacting the gameplay too much.
Yeah, I'm double checking the Discord to see if anybody's saying anything, and I don't see nothing. So,
well, I think just when your PC's been running the game for a long time, eventually it just freezes, like yours truly.
Yeah, I know personally. I reboot my game every 2 games because I always find that game 3 always freezes.
Really?
I don't know if that's just a me thing, but
I feel like
it might be some superstition, but it works.
In the past, some memory leak issues were identified. I think a lot of them have been fixed up, but the game is in a beta. It's not perfect. This sort of stuff just sort of happens, but yeah, I think there's an element of it. But it depends on your PC. I have a ton of VRAM, so I haven't really run into those issues before, like a whole lot.
Luckily for you, Sylen, Lynx is back connected, so
yep.
There's no excuse from his side. If
Slicks is gonna get the free 6 gold from this PvE round, which is exactly what you wanted, Helkin. Holo's gonna get a little bit of a bonus, and I don't think we have many lose streaks left, to be honest. I suspect.
I don't know how Slicks loses, to be honest, man. With the team that he's got, with the
as I said, it's not a late game team.
Okay, well, looks like he's doing the synergy. He's doing the synergy thing.
What synergy is he going for? Dust?
That's what I'm imagining. Did he get it?
I guess we're about to find out.
Tempest could have been a cool one to play as well.
Octius now on the board here for Lynx, but they're not going to have enough time to transfer the augments.
We've got 4 granite.
He's only got 4 health.
I mean, there you go. 5 seconds of invulnerability.
Yo,
is that enough time?
Rip Lance is taking a long walk there.
Adaptive Carapace on Axon doing pretty well there. Oh my god, once that Rip Lance gets to you.
Reset. Nope.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough. That Rip Lance is showing through these guys. That's it. Lynx is out of here. He's holding on, but I don't know what he's holding on to.
Taken down. Crypto quick chat in the chat saying that they're looking for the Berserker augment in that instance there.
Then why wasn't Rip Lance on the board?
Yeah, it just goes to show how crazy powerful the team is, though, considering, yeah, that Rip Lance took a nice Sunday stroll before actually fighting, and it still just tore through everything so badly. Alnert also getting knocked out, it looks like here. And now Fury on the hot seats. Nariba, definitely a chat favorite here as well, it looks like.
Yeah, we're watching Nariba, yeah? Yeah,
yep.
Great. What is he running?
Oh, it goes up.
And
boom!
It goes
Jesus!
Down. And it goes down. It didn't take too much off the board.
It took Scoriox off the board. Otherwise, he would have lost by now.
Oh, that Monarch's doing business.
No Inferno, it seems.
Didn't need it.
Nariba.
Fury is going to go down in 4th, so any sort of, I guess, crazy comeback for... no, it wasn't, who was it that needed it? I can't remember.
Web 3.
I've lost it. It was Web 3, I think.
Could still get top 3, though, or something.
Well, they could still have a fantastic finish, absolutely.
Yeah, that ramp fight, he doesn't have Inferno, but I feel like it really struck out to me because his enemy's team was on, like so little health but for ages. Imagine if Inferno was chipping away at them. That would have made a really big difference. He needs to get that 100%. Ramp fight. He's only got 2 Ramfies on the back. He's up against Holo. He's probably glad he's not up against Slicks, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it looks like someone is going to be out after this. I feel like the amount of damage taken is going to be enough to wipe out one of these players.
Oh, the ramp fire. Ramp fight, sorry. It's not enough.
The Penguin.
Oh.
The Penguin.
Nope.
No, I think he's alive.
He might live. Round 25, though. I know he's in.
Just in.
All right, not done, not yet.
Got 4 Revenant from Holo there.
I was going to make the joke that the Penguin was super effective against the ramp fight, but that is actually a thing. We don't talk about hyper at all, really, but
yeah,
it is one of those little things in the background that you do have to keep in mind.
He's up against Web 3. Web 3 just got Scoriox. He's got Blazer Knight as well. It's my favorite. Magma Wildfire is my favorite. How does he not have... Oh, he doesn't have Blazer Knight, sorry. It's got 4 Magma, though. Very good against rogues.
Yeah.
If that ramp... It's going to come down to if that ramp fight can one-shot the Scoriox. If it can't, he's in trouble. He does have Leviathan's Fury, though, so that thing's going to do serious damage.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Leviathan's Fury, that's a legendary ultimate, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's right smack center.
It's beautiful. To the skies it goes. Where does it go?
Oh.
It took out pretty much the entire backline, but the Scoriox is still alive with about a quarter health. Firing away on the front line here of the green side.
Nothing is coming for the Scoriox, and that's an issue.
Nothing.
What
the Monarch, though?
The Monarch.
Healthy. Where's the
Monarch,
charm? It's in the back line.
No! Taken down from the skies.
Oh, the Monarch got shot down. That was the win con.
That is unfortunate.
And it did not come into fruition. Nariba falls in fourth.
Web3 Gaming still in it. So we're left with our top 3. I mean, Slicks is looking dominant. There is a huge delta between Slicks and Holo.
Slicks just lost his win streak. I'm assuming Holo took it out.
I mean, can he keep it up? That's
what I'm saying. The late game Penguin. Delta. How do you stop the late game Penguin? You stop it with Magma. Although I thought I just saw Holo beat Web3's Ghost. So Holo's got the dominant team right now.
Well, we're about to find out.
And Holo,
we're watching Web3.
Yeah, Holo has 9 points, and Slicks has 10. So if Holo comes first and Slicks comes second, Slicks loses the tiebreaker.
Bro, let's not. Let's just see how it plays
I think
out.
he loses the tiebreaker.
All right.
Let me double check the rules. Hold on. I got them written somewhere.
Here, just remind me, is Holo running a Monarch?
Is Holo running a Monarch?
Our taste.
Oh, they could.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
2 weeks in a row would be pretty terrible.
I would feel so bad.
Oh, if the Monarch.
Took you a while. Tarrant?
Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, that would be jokes. The content creator in me wants to see that happen.
Okay, better average placement comes first. Let me look at the average placement.
Better average. Well, Slicks' average right now is...
They're about the same. They might be tied on that. I'm not entirely sure. I could check.
Ridiculous. But let's see first if Holo can get through Web 3. We see 2 of the rogues, the fully loaded, or not fully loaded, but fully evolved Malura about to dive on in, has the ramp fight there as a partner. but you can't sleep on the rest of the rogues coming in from the left-hand side. Big charm coming out here alongside the ramp fight. Wombo combo, but it only takes half of the health of the green squad. Web 3 is hanging on. The red players are dying. The Scoriox is untouched, but again, the penguin. Can somebody deal with the penguin?
What is the penguin doing? What is the penguin eating? Wow.
It's got some pretty awesome augments, including that evasive veil. The Scoriox was safe, but as soon as the retarget happened, there was nothing you can do.
Nerf
Final
the penguin.
2.
What is this? This is inappropriate.
All right, so this is it. The final 2, Slicks and Hollow. Slicks currently in 3rd place with 10 points. Hollow currently in 6th place with 9 points. So only 1 point difference and a 0.5 difference in their average placements. So very, very close.
Immediately goes to take whatever's going to help him heal even more on his team.
Yeah.
He gets the Jotun from the carousel from 1 mule.
Wow.
What the hell? That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Although he probably would have got it either way, but still.
He's only like 1 mammoth away from loading that thing up to its stage 3 variant as well. I don't know if they have any more economy left, but it is right there on the doorstep.
I feel like this is more exciting when the...
They got it.
Yep, there it is. Yo, this is a team and a half that he's got right now.
Yeah, all eyes on these rogues. Of course, the penguin, the ramp fight, the Malura for a little bit of disruption. And of course, that godforsaken monarch possibly as well. We'll have to see if it's lightning strikes twice. It's a lot of damage being done to the ramp fight on the right-hand side. Does manage to pop off, takes care of the ride, but that's about it.
Yeah, look at that healer from the Rip Lance.
Doing a fantastic job, but that penguin, it needs to be focused.
Oh, the Jotun!
Now. Jotun,
no! Untargetable!
Big heals, but it goes right back. Did it go for the penguin? Can the mammoth get there to stall this up? Can it be possibly the scenario where the Revo has to try and clean this up after a stun? But that is a lot of healing, and that is a lot of damage. They're not going to be able to do this. This is not done. This is not over. Hollow's still in the game. Look at that damage.
27,000 from the slashing. Are we even watching the same? What is going on? 27,000.
Slicks has banked up a lot of HP. Hollow cannot lose 1 battle. Slicks can lose 2, well, 1 more now, before he's out. And that gives Slicks the advantage to try and reposition as many times as he needs to clean this up. And I definitely think he's still in with a chance. That slashing came really close, and I know he went untargetable, but he did come really close. With some perfect positioning, Slicks might be able to still win. He's close to Blazer Knight. And 1 extra round could give him a Blazer Knight, which might be enough.
Bring up the damage numbers again. That was a good little form.
Dives on through. Here comes the ramp fight. That's a lot of green players taken down pretty well immediately. But look at the swarm. They swarm the penguin. Even if the target will happen, somebody's going to be targeting this thing. Where is the mammoth stun? Does it throw it into the penguin? It does. It's stunned, and it goes invulnerable again. Or for the first time, rather. It's again a similar situation, and the healing is just too much.
Where is it getting its healing from?
Everywhere.
It must be the drone.
Oh, they got it! Taken down.
They got it! That's it!
There we go.
How'd they kill it? With the stun? The stun locked it with the charm and the and the tornado and the mammoth? Stun locking the penguin? Is that how you do it?
I think so. All eyes was on the DPS. The supports once again being overshadowed, but yet they're the ones being the MVP here. The Quinks, the mammoth, stun locking the penguin throughout the untargetable.
Yeah. Crazy.
I actually can't believe that.
Crazy. Congrats to Slicks. That's this.
There we go.
The second time he's taken an IPL weekly tournament. So there we go. Slicks. Consistent, the guy to beat.
What a turn of events there. I'm not sure what happens positioning wise, but the fact that the slashing got pinned into the corner and there were so many alluvials swarming it, even if they turned around and some of them retargeted, there was still enough focusing the penguin down. And again, the support from the mammoth, the support from the Quinks. stopping it in its tracks, because if it's not swinging, it's not healing. And there was just barely enough of a gap there for Slicks to be able to clutch that one out. And absolutely incredible way to finish his grand finals.
All right, I'm bringing up the thing. Just 1 second.
The final results.
We've got them right here.
That will confirm it.
Yeah, clearly Slicks in first with 18 finals points. Total 44 across everything in the series. I didn't know he had this on this website. It's really cool. Tied 38 on total points for Hollow and Nareba, but Hollow getting 16. No tiebreakers for top 3, so I do like to see that, to be quite frank. Nareba coming third, quite convincingly as well. Very, very good overall. Lynx, a lot of points overall, but couldn't quite clutch it in the grand finals. Looks like he lost the average placement against Lynx. Lynx lost the average placement against Web3 in that final event. Going to come 5th here. Narkesh coming 6th despite some bad luck in that third round. That's pretty good, but his average placement got wrecked a little bit there. Although that looks better than Web3's one, so I'll have to assess that. But yeah, then we've got Alnut on 12 points, Furies on 8, and then so on and so forth. But yeah, huge congrats to Slicks there. He deserved the win. That's the best way I can put it. He played about as good as he could. You don't always play your best game when it comes to Illuvium, but he played as good as he could in that final match in particular, and it paid off for him in the end. What can I say?
I mean, this entire tournament, the whole storyline was, what do we do about the Penguin when they get their optimal augments? And I'll argue Hollow in that instance had basically optimal augments given the situation. And somehow they were able to pin it down with a little extra help from the supports, made it work, and an absolute well-deserved victory here today for Slicks.
Yeah, go hard enough on air, and hopefully you can do it. I don't know. I don't think he actually had any clumsy or anything from Hollow, which he really could have used, I tell you that much. But yeah, he managed to pin it down, stick it in the corner so it couldn't get out and do extra damage, force it into attacking some of the tankier units that Slicks had at his disposal, and it paid off.
Absolutely crazy. But of course, for everybody to have made the grand finals in the first place, big congratulations. I know I see Fury Hype in the chat kind of beating themselves up a little bit. Still making grand finals in the first place is a massive achievement in its own right. So I know as a competitor, you're going to be kicking yourself, but hey, like, fantastic job nonetheless. Everybody even making the top 32, making it through the sit and goes and qualifying. Still big shout outs to everybody. So
competition is getting tight. Competition is getting tight these days. So if you are doing anything, but it's congrats to you. Pat yourselves in the back. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. I don't know is there anything else that we need to cover, Scoriox?
I don't think so. I'm honestly exhausted. That took it out of me. There's a lot of intense matches, a lot of intense battles. And yeah, it came down to the wire so many times. I know Sylen got excited many times there, absolutely getting into it. I loved it. Yeah, I think we better wrap this one up. Thanks everyone for watching the IPL 250 points, $2,000 up for grabs. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you learned something as well. I know we all learned something here today. And Slicks definitely cemented his place as the #1 Illuvium player at the moment. Who can knock him down off the throne? Have a good one, guys.
We'll have to see next week.
Bye, guys.